But anyway, let's get started. Let's again, hopefully we could like get through this all in like one session. Uh, Chapter 1, Day of Reckoning. Again, I have no clue. Again, those that have read this probably already know where, you guys know better to like where it's placed in the timeline. So if it's like after any of the stuff I haven't experienced, then I might be a tad bit lost. Hopefully not. Day of Reckoning. For life is a pilgrimage, and in losing those we love, we learn that no goodness given or received is without purpose. Nothing truly ends here, nor does our existence conclude at the grave. Earphones are recommended for the best experience. So yeah, also like for those that don't know, this like all these gacha coding stories, they're almost always like voiced also, which is really sick. Or like certain segments of it are voiced, which is cool. Let me see. Do I have everything ready? Yeah. Okay. A unified society demands a scapegoat. Be it through destruction or reconciliation, people always take what they desire from that idolized world. The time has come, but the scapegoat has yet to break from its pen. Hmm.
I filled this world with my own fabrication.
Yeah, it's his voice.
Rahili, Etha, Lusty, and you. They are content to remain here, to walk with me in this sweet dream. All except you. Was it too much to ask? To keep this one sweet dream for myself?
What did you say? Who are you? Hmm. You've appeared here suddenly with no memory of your origin, disoriented. You can only turn your head toward the voice speaking to you. A figure in red and white is nestled close by, but her form remains a stubborn blur, no matter how you strain your eyes. She lowers her head, her words dissolving into a soft, incomprehensible murmur.
I feel so very lonely.
Ishmael?
But you said this place was wrong. That this power must never be allowed to escape. Now I understand.
Her eyelashes seem to be bleaching white, those pale fronds fluttering, dissolving into a stark white patch in your vision.
And I have made my choice. Forgive me for what I must do.
Oh no. The blur of red and white draws nearer. A pair of hands cradles your cheeks, gently pulling your face closer.
I'm sorry, Grey Raven, but I cannot walk your path.
A restrained voice brushes against her forehead, a murmur filled with reluctance. Then she leans down and presses a soft kiss to your brow.
If we ever get another chance, please remember me and love me.
Oh. The hands on your cheeks suddenly tense. With a sharp push, you are thrust backward. The sensation of falling seizes your heart, and only then do you look down. An infinitely tall tower, the ground rushes up to meet you. In this desperate descent, the blurred world snaps into terrible focus. Chaotic smears of color sharpen into defined edges. Start to excuse me already. You start to distinguish the tower's brickwork, the ant-like crowds in the streets, a lone tree, and a white bird circling back to its nest. And thud. It's over. The world closes its eyes. The end. It's over. Her merciful gaze. Open your eyes.
Finally! I called you so many times, but you wouldn't stir. Thought I'd have to play the hero and find a constable or something.
Carriage driver snapped her fingers again, withdrawing the hand she'd extended toward your face.
But you seem alright. And just in time. We've pulled up at the ceremony. You haven't forgotten, have you?
Ceremony? Oh, right, I remember now. Leaning on your walking stick, you step down from the carriage, your senses dazed and disoriented. I have a walking stick? The dream was so vivid that the solid ground beneath your feet now feels like an illusion. A faint phantom ache lingers in your chest. The last echo of that endless fall. Should probably get a checkup soon. Down the path, a procession of black-clad mourners moves toward the cemetery. They carry a single coffin draped in vibrant red. Their pace a slow, measured beat. It's almost time. Check your credentials and hurry to join the somber parade, slipping into step at its rear. There you spot the figure you're determined to meet today. Short halt.
Who are you?
Ah. Tall middle-aged man turns around upon your tap on his shoulder. His frown is immediate as his eyes find you, a discordant note cutting through the hushed murmur of collective prayers. Show your credentials? I'm a prosecutor from the Inspectorate General. Share your credentials.
Oh, it's you. Not here. Keep your voice down and follow me.
Shorthall gestures with his hand, motioning for you to follow him to a more suitable place to talk. You stop beneath the large tree in a secluded corner of the
No
cemetery.
introductions. I remember you. Hard to forget someone who's been blowing up my inbox with meeting invites and joint investigation requests for 2 weeks straight. I pulled your file. About 5 years back, you were sent to Thebsia on an exchange. Just a junior prosecutor back then, if I'm not mistaken.
You were sent to the... What is this? Nation of prosperity and great military power. Just a junior prosecutor back then, if I'm not mistaken. Senior prosecutor officer.
Right. Senior prosecutor. From Corinthos. Climbed the ladder. Landed a special appointment at our Inspectorate General in Thebsia. Heard you even applied for citizenship. That true?
Paperwork still pending. I'm still Carantosian officer. I came from the same nation as the Pontiff's assassin.
Well, since you said it and not me, you get why I've been keeping my distance, right? The council never should have put an outsider like you on this case. It makes people nervous. They'll think you're sympathetic. You should go back. Thebsia and Corinthos are one spark away from war. We, useless cops, might not get deployed, but we're already neck-deep in the chaos the Pontiff left behind. No one has the time for a formal investigation request right now anyway.
Irritation flashes through him as he scratches his hair. His fingers twitch instinctively, likely searching for the absent comfort of a cigarette.
I've been dodging you for 2 weeks, and you still track me down? You don't give up, do you? Tell you what, after this whole grand funeral circus is over, I'll buy you a drink. How's that?
I still need to follow proper protocol. I'll do this one.
Look, we're buried. I know it's not easy being Corinthosian right now, but it's not exactly a picnic for us either.
I almost pronounced it right. Shortheart falls silent, his gaze drawn to the small, secretive ceremony ahead. The funeral has begun.
Just look at what that assassin did. Huh. Or honestly, look at what our brilliant pontiff brought on herself.
A low chant echoes in the air, and you follow his look. There is no burning incense to scent the breeze, no sacred offerings, no bread or wine, only a handful of strangers, people with no connection to the pontiff and life. Some not even believers. Even the priest recites the rites in a toneless drone, his voice cold with indifference.
On behalf of... In place of the College of Cardinals, I extend my gratitude for your presence here today.
But a single cardinal showed
A
up.
handful are in the back. Wouldn't be caught dead up there, though. Not after all the scandals that surfaced. The controversy is white hot. They have to keep their distance.
And those scandals, from your perspective, are they true?
My side. From a cop's standpoint, every charge we filed to the Procuratorate was backed by hard evidence. The list includes, but is not limited to, corruption, bribery, collusion with foreign powers, especially with your people in Corinthos. Though, that part's staying out of the press, obviously.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's happening. Or, like, again, I don't know if I'm missing something from the stories the chapters I haven't read, but...
And then there were the private
trying to follow
gatherings she
along.
kept hosting. Let's just say they involved some highly inappropriate conduct.
What kind of inappropriate conduct? Sure gives a meaningful look that says it all.
When deeds of iniquity overwhelm me, you hear my confession. See my despair, and in your mercy, you absolve me.
Shocking, right? But here's the real kicker. When regular people sin, the Pontiff forgives them. But when the Pontiff sins, who forgives her? The Holy? Well, the Holy didn't step in to save her. So it falls to mortals to have the last word. And until the official verdict, a Pontiff this tainted doesn't get the sacred crypt. She gets this. A plot on the outskirts.
You descend and draw close to me. Your presence meets my brow, and you call me to your courts. I bear your blessing, drawn ever near to you. Blessed are those you welcome to inhabit your courts, to tread your sacred floors and share in your feast. My soul, filled with the abundance of your house, your holy temple.
Some folk are even calling that assassin from your homeland a hero, saying they did the world a favor.
For life is a pilgrimage, and in losing those we love, we learn that no goodness given nor received is without purpose. Nothing truly ends here, nor does our existence conclude at the grave.
Pallbearers hoist the lead coffin with visible unsteadiness. It's unclear whether they are merely undermanned or if someone is deliberately orchestrating a final deliberate insult to the pontiffs already oh my gosh, I'm gonna say this ignominious. Oh my goodness, I can't say it. Ignominious. There you go. Okay, sorry. Ignominious. And sometimes it takes me a little bit to pronounce certain words. I don't think I've ever really seen this word. Oh, she looks pretty. As a result, the coffin slips amid a collective gasp from the crowd. The lead coffin crashes to the ground with a deafening clang, its lid bursting open upon impact. Chaos erupts instantly, but the priest drones on. His recitation uninterrupted.
She sleeps now in your sight. I beseech you, grant her peaceful slumber within your courts. Let the moonlight of your grace wash her clean, and the shadows of trees soothe her soul.
Among the onlookers, a single pair of eyes locks onto the contents of the coffin, the key staff clutched in the corpse's hands, and the string of beads adorning her head. The man gives a nervous swallow, and in a sudden, decisive movement, he lunges forward, turning his way through the confused crowd.
Wait! What do you think you're doing?
He reaches for the corpse, which shows no signs of decay, and in one frantic motion yanks the ornament from her brow before desperately trying to wrench the key staff from her rigid grasp.
I accept your rod and your guidance. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me.
Do anyone try to stop me? I know what you're thinking. Aren't you all here for the Hierophant's treasures too? Are you just the same as me?
Suddenly a filament of crimson extends from the man's fingertips. It writhes in the air, like a seeking tendril before. With a swift whoosh, it is sucked into the pontiff's chest. Rub eyes? You blink, rubbing your eyes at the vanished apparition, but judging from the crowd's uncomprehending stares, you're the only one who witnessed this aberrant phenomenon. Even the man who lost the tendril remains oblivious, his tirade uninterrupted.
She was the only pontiff in centuries who proved the holy exists, and you expect me to believe you're not all trying to grab a piece of that sacred blessing for yourself?
I like this guy's voice acting. Man's words send ripples through the stagnant crowd, and then soon enough, another person reaches for the coffin. It's a pale-faced woman in uniform, plucking a feather from the pontiff's remains. I saw that string. Crimson flash shoots from her fingertips and is gone in the same instant. Fleeing blur, moving too fast to truly see. Hey, officer, look.
Look for yourselves! Now the masks come off!
The sun and the moon are your eyes. My soul finds peace in your presence, and is satisfied by the light of your gaze.
Then a second person moves, a third. The desperate hunger for sacred blessing shatters the last pretense of order. Frenzy begins. Hands claw at the corpse, tearing the crown from her head and scramble to claim any fragment of her fading divinity.
See? That's my cue. And people wonder why I'm here today.
Did you see
Hard
that?
to miss the commotion, isn't it? Now quit gawking and stick close. If you're so set on digging into the pontiff's business, the least you can do is make yourself useful.
Shorthouse shoots another meaningful glance. Wait, that's not what I meant. Shorthouse grabs your arm and pulls you forward, forcibly carving a path through the noisy crowd until you reach the heart of the commotion. With swift reflexes, you intercept several opportunistic thieves trying to loot the remains amidst the chaos, promptly handing them over to Shorthalt. Just as Shorthalt is securing the offenders with handcuffs, a hand, or perhaps just a phantom one that never truly existed, shoves you violently from behind. Oh, steady yourself. Stumble forward, bracing yourself against the cold edge of the lead coffin. Suddenly find yourself staring into the lifeless continents inside, your faces a mere inches apart. So familiar. Meanwhile, the desperate thief and robber continue to shout beside you, struggling against the officer's grip.
I didn't have a choice. They say the pontiff's remains. There's a sacred blessing. That even his sliver could cure anything. I'm too young to. I can't just die from this. Don't you understand? I couldn't let this chance slip away.
Shouts keep ringing in your ears as your heart, already tormented from the recent dream, hammers wildly against your ribs. And a sudden excruciating pain tears through your chest, stealing your breath and triggering a violent coughing fit.
Whoa, hey, don't tell me you're sick too. Did you come here today also for?
I'm fine, it's just a cold. Will I have one of those tendrils too? Examine your fingertips. Tendrils? Oh, the red like thing, right? Examine fingertips? You endure the fire in your ribs, but any coherent thought is drowned, but utterly lost to the roaring cacophony of the crowd. Then you sense something is amiss. The sound is gone, all of it. Your gaze jerks upward, and your eyes widen in shock, staring directly into the lifeless face that lies mere inches from your own. She's awake.
Hello. It's been a while.
She says with a smile.
There's no need to worry about your fingers. You won't be growing any tendrils yourself.
Aren't you supposed to be dead? Exactly are you? Do you mean the thing you just absorbed from them?
Your first instinct is to ask a question? I expected this world's version of you to be more vulnerable. Perhaps a scream, backing away to report the anomaly with my corpse. Or even attempting to steal a fragment of this divine power in the chaos.
Now the former pontiff Ishmael's lips remain motionless, her voice, laced with amusement, resonates with perfect clarity within your mind. I'd never do that.
Then how much do you remember about the mission that brought you here? After all, you are torn into this anomaly. Your origin, your destination, they are all temporarily erased. You're left with nothing but that mission.
I'm not sure I follow. The Inspectorate formed a special committee. My mission is to investigate the truth behind your death.
So you've forgotten even that. I'm sorry. Everything happened too suddenly.
So we're like in a alternate reality, huh? A different timeline. I see.
You should come to me. In your current state, you need me.
I think that's what's happening. But you're right in front of me. You want me to climb into your coffin for a joint burial? Oh my God. Joint.
An amusing proposal, but being buried alongside this projection of mine would be far less entertaining. Go to the tower in the city center. That is where I reside. My true self is waiting at the top.
You mean the crime scene the police won't tell me about?
Indeed. The scene of the Pontiff's assassination.
Thanks for the first-hand information. It's not that I don't want to go, I just can't get access. Police haven't been cooperative. Noted you briefly, a look of understanding crossing her face.
It seems you've encountered interference. The world has taken notice. That's why you cannot proceed.
What are you implying? In the next moment, Sharp snaps of fingers echo from within the coffin. Shorthalt, who had been bellowing to maintain order, suddenly freezes mid-motion.
There. Try speaking with that officer again. Persuade him to take you. He may be the only one you can sway.
She blinks meaningfully and voices the subtle pact sealed between you.
I'll be waiting.
Oh? Pontiff's awakening dissolves like a fleeting hallucination. The world crashes back in. Clamor of the crowd... Then you guys could probably hear the dogs, maybe. The clamor of the crowd floods your ears just as Shorthalt's firm grip hauls you roughly to your feet.
You planning on taking a nap in there? Come on, up you get. The dead aren't known for being great conversationalists. All right, the anticipated disturbance is handled. Let's get this thing sealed up before anything else decides to pop out.
I'm gonna have to check on the dogs after this. In the distance, those driven mad by the scramble for the Pontiff's relics are being led away. In sudden quiet, the renamed pallbearers step forward. With grim solemnity, they lift the heavy, dense lead lid and settle it back into place. Thud. With a final hollow sound, the coffin is sealed. The preposterous Pontiff, Merciful Ishmael, Holy Incarnate, whatever grandiose titles she bore in life, they are now entombed with her, never to rise again. Officer? You, the prosecutor who witnessed her final moments, speak up. Your gaze is fixed on the unapproachable officer and on his hands. Perhaps because you glimpsed a forbidden truth in the chaos, an eerie realization has taken root in your mind. Impossible to ignore any longer, you see it clearly now. Shorthalt's fingertips also glow with the same faint crimson light.
What now? Don't tell me you still want to look inside.
Wait, what? Oh. Shorthalt asks, finally seizing the opportunity to pull a pre-rolled cigarette from his pocket and light it. Gesture forces you to withdraw your gaze from his glowing fingertips and return to the matter at hand. It's my job. The Special Investigation Committee put me on this case for a reason. The public is watching. Council is demanding answers about the Pontiff's death. And besides, coughing sharply, produce your credentials once more. Just below your name rests a small inscription. Carentos, the name of your homeland. Carentos. Even if not for the assassin's sake, Carentos deserves the truth.
You've got to let that go. That war was decided the moment that bullet flew. No amount of truth-seeking is gonna put that genie back in the bottle. Look, to the folks in charge, Carentosian assassin wasn't a tragedy. It was a gift. The perfect excuse they've been waiting for. That's all this ever was.
I know Thebija's army has already reached Karantos' shores. Some things are beyond segment from the very beginning. But I want to let this condemn Karantos to the wrong side of history, and not if I can help it. For health size again, tapping a plume of ash from a cigarette. You can already sense another lecture coming your way. Well, I'll be honest, I've always found the conflict between Karantos and Thebija suspiciously convenient. Sometimes I get this creeping sensation that our world isn't real. Shorthouse follows whatever lecture he was about to excel. With his smoke, his expressions shifting to one of bewildered suspicion. Even the distant sun seems amused, its light wavering faintly.
You feeling alright? Talking about gods and whatnot with a cop. I believe in firepower, not higher power.
I'm serious, and the absurdity I've seen goes a lot deeper than that. The most unreal part is that nothing we do seems to matter. It all feels futile. You remember a radio segment about a butterfly's wings birthing a hurricane? Now you feel like that butterfly, flapping madly, hoping to create a breeze that reaches the officer standing before you. Take my life, you read it, haven't you?
Now that's a topic I can work with.
Oh, take
Yeah.
my file.
I read it. You've always wanted to enlist. To become a commandant, right? Those wishes you wrote on paper planes in school. It's all in there.
It was the dream, but life kept getting in the way, pulling me further off course. Not becoming prosecutor was the next best thing, a different path to the same goal, but tell about the cases that once mattered, and about how each one crumbled into failure or twisted into something strange and unresolved. That long road of dead ends paved your way to becoming the department's sewer cleaner, the Karantosian specialist in lost causes. Now they've handed me this, confirm the pontiff's death and deliver the sentence. Something in your tales of unfortunate twists seems to strike a chord. The officer falls into an unexpected contemplative silence.
You think that's why I'm here? I read your file, felt a pang of sympathy for the lost kid, and decided to be the one cop in this whole city willing to put up with you?
I doubt it. See, I read your file too, officer. Shorthall raises an eyebrow, though he seems utterly unbothered. A veteran of the procedural dance of mutual investigation, he merely gives a curt nod. A silent command for you to continue. You have a friend, a female commandant stationed in Karantos. From your life story, you never actually wanted to be a police officer in the first place. Takes one final long drag from a cigarette and exhales a plume of smoke. His entire frame seeming profoundly relieved that you have finally asked that particular question.
Let me ask you something else first. What do you think my degree is in?
Criminal investigation at the Academy of Economics and Political Science?
Wrong. Fine arts. Or it was supposed to be. Flunked the entrance exam. Got shuffled into a general studies program. Then the Self-Governing Act reforms hit, and my track got rerouted. Straight into law enforcement.
That doesn't sound so unusual.
It gets better. Before I even started, a relative on the force died in the line of duty. Through some weird policy, his benefits transferred to me. I could have walked right into a badge. No degree needed.
I see. Fortunate coincidence like that surely has more to the
I
story.
didn't want it, of course. After graduation, I dug my heels in. Turned down a professional recommendation, refused the force. Took odd jobs instead. Wouldn't even do security work. I'd rather be in the back of some kitchen, up to my elbows in dishwater. Turns out, that restaurant was a police front, an undercover op. By pure chance, I stumbled into helping them nab a guy
welcome
they've
back,
been
dude.
after for weeks. Case closed, front shut down, no more dishes to wash. And they offered me a job. Again.
What did I miss? We kind of started the story for Ishmael's gotcha coding. I feel like we're about to finish the first segment, but Yeah, besides that, I mean, didn't really miss much. I kind of just came back myself. We took the dogs out and everything. Like one last time.
The day I finally put on this uniform, a voice in my head screamed two things. I'm sick of this job. I should really find something else to do. And, that stubborn woman shouldn't be a commandant. She'll just get herself killed on the battlefield.
But no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't escape it. Shorehall had tried studying fine arts, literature, even education paths meant to lead anywhere but here. Yet no matter what he did, he ended up becoming a police officer anyway. Just as you, no matter how you resisted, inevitably traveled from Carantos to Thebesia on an academic visit. Just as you had to leave your homeland behind to become a prosecutor belonging to Thebesia. And just as no matter how you try to evade it, the Pontiff's case would inevitably become your responsibility. It's foretold. It's destiny. It's like something that's guiding the world's script, never giving you another option. Just like what happened to me. Shorthalt puts out a cigarette. So after my repeated requests, he decided to come see me. Actually, your only real duty today is maintain order at the funeral. Shorthalt frowns in thought for a moment, as if confirming something to himself, then his face finally shows a hint of relief.
I gave up on trying to fight the current of this world a long time ago. But you're the most stubborn, obsessive person I've ever met. A complete lunatic. Just as I figured. I never wanted this police life. But this bizarre reality keeps insisting I'm meant to be a worrywart with a badge. So I thought, why not trust my gut? Meet the other person the universe seems to be pushing around. See if you figured anything out. And standing here now, I'm glad I did.
Thank you for hearing me out.
All right, let's be clear. I do have two missions today. Keep the peace at this funeral, and preferably address the concerns of the Inspectorate General's prosecutor. There are procedures we just can't ignore, or someone will file a complaint.
Pauses for a moment.
Because you're just like me.
Fortunately, your wing-flapping attempt has succeeded. You've at least stirred something in the officer, awakening a long-buried seed of doubt and curiosity within him. Shorthalt takes one last measured look at the kindred spirit before him, the furrow in his brow finally easing.
Any formal request you file will get buried in paperwork forever, but I can satisfy your curiosity, if your questions stay within the bounds of procedure. So cut to the chase. What evidence are you actually looking for?
Straightening your collar and pulling the guidance of what had happened moments ago seemed a mere hallucination. Now it's an entirely new destination. Please take me to the tallest tower in Thebesia, officer. Okay, now I'm back. What time was it at? Okay, let's get started. Lamb's Lead. But you're right before me. How could I let a death so devoid of meaning touch you?
I was actually gonna take you to the Pontiff's private residence next. But how in the world did you know it was at the top of this tower? Don't tell me the press has already caught wind of that.
This elevator climbs steadily, dappled in the light of a spring sun. With every shadow of a crossbeam, another floor falls away. The city sprawls below, shrinking into an intricate map beneath your feet. I doubt the media knows. You open your mouth, but words fail as the memory returns. The chaos of the funeral, the sheer absurdity of that conversation with the dead pontiff, it all floods back, silencing you.
Oh no, don't say it. Don't tell me the late pontiff told you again.
See? Let's just call it an inspectorate perk and leave it at that.
That's the third time today you pulled that inspectorate card. You know that, right? Anyone else would have filed a formal complaint after the cemetery. I'm a saint for putting up with you.
The elevator stops at the top
Anyway,
floor.
we're here. Stick close.
The elevator door opens. You and Shorthalt proceed down a long, silent corridor, cross a prominent security line, and push your way through the heavy door at the end. My bad. I'm like uncomfortable. I can't find like a good sitting position. The afternoon light filtering through the windows is weak, diluted to a pale, dusty glow. It's just enough to illuminate the entire still room.
This one's with me. From the Inspectorate.
After following Shorthalt and nodding to the other officers on duty, you begin to survey the room. Modest furnishings stand frozen in time every day. Items sitting neatly in place beneath a uniform layer of dust. The room has been under seal since its owner's death, untouched by any cleaning hand. The rug is a chaos of messy footprints and dark, faded bloodstains. All portable evidence is long gone, leaving only the ghost of a life lived, with permanent impressions worn into the floorboards and the stark, newly chalked outline where the body had fallen.
I still don't get why you had to come all the way out here. We've got photos, scans, evidence bags. Couldn't you have just reviewed the file back at the station? Besides, with all due respect, what are you hoping to find that we missed? I heard you're some legal services prosecutor. So you studied law in school?
No. I majored in unclogging the sewers. That information is classified? Right. Crouching low, you sift through the chaotic impressions on the rug and isolate several distinct sets of footprints. First set, the most violent, stomped directly through the heart of the blood spatter. The force of the step sprayed droplets in a wild arc and left a deep, gore-filled impression behind. So the assassin made a leap from this spot. The assassins... Ask for the officer for confirmation?
Yeah, that's from our killer. Lesty, the Karantosian assassin. I assume you've read the basic file on her?
Woman's size, 6.5. Flat boots, soft soles, or 6.5. The kind people wear in office buildings. She's light on her feet. On this carpet, she'd be a ghost.
Lesty started at a military academy in Corinthos, but she washed out early. Came to Thebsia to study international relations. After that, she never really settled down. Bounced between public information firms, law offices, you name it. Right before this, she was just another paper pusher in the logistics department of a military contractor.
Officer makes no comment on your professionalism, simply nodding in silence. In silent approval of your investigation and analysis. Second set of footprints. As he mentioned, the second set of footprints, your gaze drifts back to the crimson stain on the rug. These prints tell a different story, the owner backing away through the blood, likely barefoot, leaving a trail of smeared, sticky-soled prints in her retreat. Size 8, about 143 pounds, wearing only socks, cotton ones.
Well, seems our former pontiff was quite,
While the officer fumbles, searching for a diplomatic phrase, you cut in with a rather blunt and intimate assessment. Looks like she was pretty relaxed at home.
Oh, a sharp observation indeed.
Look behind you! I'm gonna say this and see what she says.
Don't turn around. Don't rush to put a face to this voice. Just continue. Your logic is a captivating thing to witness.
That glimpse in the cemetery this morning planted a seed of illusion in your mind. Now as you stand here outlining your deductions, you can hear the Pontiff's voice, keen with interest, whispering beside your ear. It wormed its way into your ears, creating an irresistible tickle deep in your consciousness.
Shh.
You.
For now, consider me just an illusion.
And you feel it, the venom sensation of the Pontiff's hands caressing the back of your neck. Her gentle voice soothes the goosebumps it raised, a hypnotic murmur that anchors your gaze forward.
Now, where did we leave off? Ah, yes. The pontiff was wearing cotton socks because the snow has only just retreated, but the warmth is yet to truly settle in these stones. The hearths here, they never quite learned how to stave off the deep cold. One must take their own precautions.
Why would the pontiff's own chambers have insufficient heating?
You would have to ask the diligent little hands who see to these halls. It was never a discomfort I paid much mind to, so I never thought to ask.
And based on the blood splatter, your heart was pierced right there on the rug. Your finger traces the path of the two sets of bloody footprints, a long, grim trail leading straight to the bedroom terrace. How could you possibly have made it all the way over here with a wound like that?
Still as curious as ever, I see.
Her voice, laced with amusement, whispers at the edges of your consciousness as her gentle hands cover your eyes.
You have already gathered so many of the pieces. Arranging them into the moment itself should be within your grasp, shouldn't it?
Close eyes. In an instant, the world is sucked into a vacuum. The voices of Shorthalt and the other officer dissolve into silence until there is nothing but the pontiff's presence embracing you from behind.
Let us walk it back to the very beginning. The moment the door sighed open, and our assassin, Lesty, stepped into the light.
With eyes closed, your legs move to her guidance, stepping backward until your heels meet the threshold of her quarters.
It was the evening of March 20th, the spring equinox. The pontiff's afternoon work was complete. Then came a half hour of silent prayer. Afterward, a return to the desk, to the solace of a book. This lasted until the clock's hands found 6:15, and in that moment, a sound pulled her from her thoughts. The door opened before its time, but the bishops were not due for another 15 minutes. So the pontiff raised her voice and asked who was there.
Open eyes? The doorway, your eyes open. This time the killer, Lesty, has already pushed the door open, standing right before you. Existing only in this illusion, she cannot perceive you and observe her from reality. Her eyes are wide, pupils dilated, you can almost feel the heat radiating from her skin. Her right hand is clenched, white-knuckled, on a hidden object, while her left palm has left a damp, ghostly imprint on the heavy wood. The most striking are her fingers. From their tips extend several slender, questing tendrils, more than you've seen on anyone else today. Why does Lefty have so many tendrils? As if on cue, Pontiff's voice calls out from within the room.
Miss Secretary, the meeting isn't for another quarter hour. You may return then.
14 minutes. That's enough.
Lesty slips into the Thebesian Pontiff's quarters, her soft boots leaving a trail of impressions on the rug.
For the trampled fields of Corentos.
For the birds shot from our skies. Let the oppressed pray for me!
No wonder I've sensed so much. It was never my secretary.
Lesty rounds the living room corner and freezes. There, standing as if she had been waiting all along, is the very pontiff she had come to hunt.
You knew? I knew only that you would come. The rest was shadow. But if you wish to speak, I will listen.
Don't play the saint. You've colluded with those damned ministers. You let them steal our land and kidnap our children. You've dumped war, disease, and filth on our doorstep, destroying our meadows and ponds.
Their actions are not mine. They do not move by my will.
Lies! They'd never dare without your silent approval. Every one of you wants to strip our land bare. And when the flesh is gone, you'll crack your bones for the marrow.
You did not come for answers.
Pontiff gazes dispassionately at Lesty's fingers.
How dare you? How dare you wear that face of innocence? How dare you let it all happen? All under the Holy's gaze. With the Holy's blessing.
Trembling in rage, Lesty reveals the blade hidden in her right hand. She levels it at Pontiff, draws a sharp, shuddering breath, and steals her resolve.
I have nothing left to lose. If I must kill a god to be free, then so be it!
The truth is lost to you now. You see only the flame of hate.
A hint of pity in the Pontiff's voice as a spark and a barrel of gunpowder. It detonates Lesty's control, unleashing a blinding fury.
You're right. I didn't come for answers. Watch closely, Your Holiness. Today, I bring the answer. This is my answer!
No. Lesty commits to the kill. She drives forward with a powerful step, springs into the air, and hurls her entire weight at the Pontiff. Within the illusion, time distorts. You squeeze your eyes shut, just deliberately turning away from the murderous arc of the blade, refusing to witness the first spray of blood. Well, damn, I need to see if she's actually the murderer, man. Then those gentle hands from behind press against your temples, compelling your gaze toward the horrific spectacle.
Look, this is the moment.
Yeah, Ishmael knows. Like, dude, look!
At 18, 19, 20, she plunged the knife into my chest.
The knife sinks into flesh. With wet, soft thud, a crimson plume erupts. The hand clenched around the hilt trembles violently as livid red tendrils, like threads of life itself, are swiftly siphoned into the Pontiff's chest. Into? Oh. Turn of blood soaks the faces of the assassin and her victim, matting hair and streaking down their bodies in thick rivulets before cascading onto the rug below, forming the exact gruesome depression where you had just been tracing footprints. As if untouched by pain, the Pontiff stumbles backward in silence. Lesty, still locked to the knife, is pulled step for stumbling step. All of them quickly.
Who sent you here? So much guidance has been poured into you. You must open your eyes and see the strings you mistake for your own will.
Don't you dare! No one pulls my strings. This is my choice. My answer for every horror you've created.
If my death is the solution you believe will save this world, then I will not stop you. I accept it.
There's just something about like Kuro's like storytelling in their games. I mean, I especially love it. I love it more in this game than Wuthering Waves. Again, that's just me. But and again, like this is more of a like light novels like experience when it comes to like the story, right? So it's like I don't know. I think it's good. I just even for like a gacha coding story, I think it's pretty good. I'm like. I mean, like all the ones that like before it too. It kind of just drags me in slowly. Like I'm already kind of like getting. I'm like invested. If my death is the solution you believe will save this world, then I will not stop you. I accept it.
Just shut up!
But you will see the world that follows, and you will find it is not the salvation your current self dreams of.
Stop talking! How can you still be?
If I'm not mistaken, the one thing that this gacha coding like story is missing is that it's not animated like it usually is. You're usually animated and voiced, but this one it's just voiced. So I'm wondering if they forgot or if they just, you know, didn't have time to put it in. Pure terror contorts Lesty's face as she realizes she's facing a monster that refuses to die. The blood-drenched figure before her pulls her steadily backward in a grotesque, shuffling waltz across the rug. At the macabre dance's end, the Pontiff, the Merciful One, releases a deep, final sigh.
Poor child. You are caught in a current you cannot escape, yet the shore it leads to, you are not prepared to behold.
The world spins, returning back to the terrace's door. The Pontiff falls, dragging the assassin down with her. The gaze follows their collapse until they come to rest at the edge of the terrace. The mental illusion created by Pontiff Ishmael vanishes in an instant replaced by a white chalk outline of a human corpse.
And so the deduction concludes at precisely 1825:01, I died right on this spot. Do you see it clearly now? The assassin, Lesty, had no desire to flee, nor the time. My secretary, the one who manages my documents, came looking for me. She discovered the scene. Security was alerted, and they took Lesty into custody.
And that your gaze is now locked on the chalk outline, the illusion lets her hands fall from your cheeks. She regards her own death with a tone of detached amusement like a distant observer.
What questions remain?
Your attention shifts to the terrace door. The chalk outline stretches toward it as if the fallen pontiff's body had shoved the door open in its final throes. And the bloodstains, possessing a grim purpose of their own, trail out of sight behind the terrace door. So the real you is it behind that door?
Then open it. See for yourself. Trust your instincts.
The voice sounds
In
pleased.
this world, the divine power can guide all things. All except you. You must never forget that.
With those words, the illusion withdraws her hands from your face and dissolves into nothingness behind you. Open eyes again. Without the illusion's guidance, the reality of the room swims back into focus, yet feels strangely blurred, like a photograph losing its definition. Officer, have you checked what's behind this door? There is, however, not a sound to be heard. Short halt? We turn. The officers stationed around the room, including Short Halt, have collapsed in silence on the floor. Their fingertips appear clean, all traces of the squirming tendrils gone. Step forward and examine them. Quick check confirms they are only asleep, their breaths deep and steady. They cannot offer only a silent, unconscious permission to proceed. You are disturbingly almost accustomed to such inexplicable events. After dragging each officer to the couch and arranging them as comfortably as possible, you draw a steady breath and make your choice. Push open the terrace door. Damn, you're seeing like... That's crazy. The scene outside is unexpected. Instead of bright sunshine, you're met with a soft metallic radiance that floods the space. Countless gears interlock in a silent, perfect dance. Their gentle cosmic whirring charts the very mechanisms of time, space, and causality in motion. Is this... Am I looking at the back of Ishmael, or is that Vera? I can't tell. Actually, it looks like... Yep, it's Ishmael for sure. Or this immense clockwork. I thought this long thing was like her hair. Nah, but that's Ishmael. With this immense clockwork of white figure stands with her back to you, calmly observing and fine-tuning the speed of the turning gears. Yeah, why would Vera be there? The set is profoundly solemn and perfectly ordered, yet it feels fundamentally absurd. Cough violently. Ish. A name known to all of the Bessia. To the entire world, rises to your tongue, you open your mouth, ready to whisper it in reverence for the singular absurdity. Former pontiff, the one who should be resting in a grave on the outskirts, turns. She raises a single finger to your lips, gently preempting your call before it can be born.
Did you notice anything interesting on your journey here? I'd love to hear what caught your eye.
I was a little too focused on finding answers to stop and smell the roses.
Not even a single wildflower? You are as direct as ever. The truths you seek are like a tangled forest. To show you all of it at once would only leave you lost. So, let's start with what you're most curious about right now.
Okay. Ishmael turns and lies down at the terrace entrance, her body settling precisely within the bloodstains and white chalk outline on the floor. Then she blinks up at you.
As you just witnessed, I was stabbed in the chest by Lesty, the assassin from Corinthos, and collapsed right here as the guards took her away, a medical team swarmed in, so dedicated to saving my life. Originally, I intended to comply with their diligent efforts, to be dutifully rushed away, patched up, taken to a hospital for stitches, and declared a miracle. A neat, tidy end to the whole assassination incident. But then I noticed the medics. I knew some of them. Quite well, in fact.
Who were they?
Oh, let's see. More than a few esteemed counselors. Even the Minister of State himself.
She blinks again as if truly reliving the scene from that day before her
Their
eyes.
faces were like a gallery of masks. The expression of each one more transparent than the last. Some were terrified, wailing, "Without Ishmael, who will deliver the divine will?" Others could barely hide their thrill. In one man's eyes, I could already see the Thebsian army marching onto
Thebsian?
Carantosian soil a month later. And one actually checked my pulse and cheered. "She's fading. No more commandments, no more guidance." And I realized my presence wasn't a shield. It was a spark. I had become the kindling for every opportunistic ambition in the room. So I thought, perhaps it would be more fitting if I simply went along.
So you gave them exactly what they wanted.
In a way, but it also allowed me to do what was necessary, to converge the guidance.
That's what those tendrils were on their fingers.
You see more than most. Yes.
Why do you need to converge it? Why don't I have those tendrils?
Given that you've forgotten everything, that story is a long one, and it requires time we may not have. In short, I gave those who wished me dead a convincing corpse. It freed them to indulge their ambitions without restraint, and it allowed the real me to wait here, for the one person untouched by guidance to find me.
You think that's
I
me?
know it is. You are the only one. That is the clearest truth I can offer you now. Is it not the answer you came for?
She reaches upward and you respond in silence. Excuse me. Extending your hand to help the pontiff. The being who has transcended life and death. Rise from the bloodied rug.
You've gone quiet. I can see the conflict swirling behind your eyes. It's like watching a silent debate. How irresponsible. Your fake death brought real suffering to Corinthos. It was inevitable. Someone was always determined to wage war. And is there anything I can even do now?
I've thought of all of it, but I can only say this now. You're just an ordinary person. I have people I need to protect. And after meeting you, that includes you too. So I have just one question left. Witnessing your inner contradictions and painful struggles, she shows a touch of generosity.
Ask me anything. I will hold nothing back.
Can your divine power stop this war from spreading?
No. Quite the opposite. It is the kindling that started it.
Thank you. Please let those officers outside get back up now. Thank you.
You would leave so soon. After a simple thank you? There are still so many truths about this world, about you, that you do not know.
I don't have the luxury of worrying about things beyond my control. I need to focus on what I can actually do something about. I have 3 children waiting at home. Waiting for me at home, 3 of them.
Are their names Lucia, Lee, and Liv?
Oh, those are my children? Oh, I see. How do you even know that? Yes, I adopted them all in Carantos. Your affirmative answer evokes a rare, subtle expression, something unreadable yet profound, on the pontiff's otherwise dignified face.
I must apologize. For this, I am truly sorry.
She apologizes without any apparent reason.
I do not believe you will be able to return to those 3 children.
What?
You've been marked. This world has taken notice of you.
About to leave, you freeze mid-step at her words and turn back to look at her. Marked? What does that mean?
Precisely as it sounds. You are an anomaly, a variable it cannot account for. And so, it will try to correct you. Wherever you go, you will feel a pressure, a weight that seeks to grind you down. A misplaced step on a stairwell, a runaway carriage on a busy street, a snapped cable on an elevator. The world will become a dangerous place of unfortunate coincidences. And it has already begun within you. You feel it, don't you? Your own body is turning against you.
Ishmael raises her hand and places it on your chest. Beneath the warm skin, your heart beats with an erratic rhythm against her palm.
You're ill.
Oh. It's just a cold. I've seen a doctor. Cough again. Ishmael arches an eyebrow as if to say, see, just like that.
Unless we find a way to shield you, you may not even make it out of this tower.
What do you want me to do? I don't believe it. Please help me. Please help me. She watches you carefully, gauging your emotions, and offers a slight, knowing smile.
Trust me. Let me help you. Or, if you cannot bring yourself to trust, then simply stay close. Do not be afraid. This is not a bad thing. We will have time to talk, to understand one another.
Glass elevator door closes at the top floor, embracing its two passengers before beginning its descent. The long afternoon of investigation and conversation has bled into evening. As the car glides downward, the deep orange glow of the sunset streams through the glass, flashing between the building's horizontal beams like a steady pulse with each passing floor. The city sprawls below, shrinking into an intricate map beneath your feet. The view is strikingly familiar, a near-perfect mirror of the dream you had earlier in the carriage. Ishmael produces a Polonia wood die from seemingly nowhere, idly rolling it between her fingertips.
Tell me about yourself. We have just over 3 minutes before we reach the ground plaza.
What is it you want to know?
Everything. Your very existence is a question I cannot answer. If you need a place to start, tell me about the 3 children you care for. Or perhaps how you came to this world. Your upbringing. Or what shaped you into a prosecutor. Or simply, the things you cherish. The people you hold dear.
Those 3 there. Your own thoughts drift to your family and your gaze softens. Looking past the glass to the setting sun, your words gradually fade into a contemplative silence.
What is it? What's on your mind, Grey Raven?
Ishmael embraces this tender moment, a soft nickname escaping her lips. The words don't reach you. Your thoughts have already sailed beyond the spires of mighty Thebesia, across the seas to distant Carantos, and are finally held captive by the dying sun on the horizon. You raise a hand, pointing towards its warm, fading glow. It's nothing. The sunset is particularly striking today. Sunset? Initially, Ishmael, seemingly moved by your remark, turns to witness what she had never paused to appreciate. This world's sun. Features soften in the amber light.
A rare rosy hue. Do you favor pink sunsets?
Your gaze is drawn back to her, linger on her eyes for a heartbeat before it flickers involuntarily to her hair, now gilded by the sunset.
Oh, you're thinking it's the same shade as Ishmael's hair. How poetic.
Can your divine power read minds too?
No, it was only a guess. Your mind is the one place I cannot see. Never forget, you are the one gear that turns outside the machine. And I appreciate your admiration. I cherish the way you see beauty.
Look away, hold her gaze.
1 minute. Just enough time to explain what comes next. You see, This elevator shaft is transparent, but not uniformly fortified. Only the glass on specific floors is bulletproof.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that if a sniper were to take a shot at us right now, our survival would be a matter of pure chance. A roll of the dice.
Takes half a step forward, leaning close to your ear.
Picture this. In a nearby residential building, a highly skilled professional assassin has already set up a sniper rifle, waiting as this elevator carries us downward, with their crosshair aimed directly at someone's head.
This is the tallest tower in Thebesia. Hitting a moving target in a descending elevator is nearly impossible.
But what if the situation were worse? What if the world itself is the marksman? It wouldn't need a sniper. It could simply bend the light of the setting sun, guide a particle with the gentlest nudge. Whiz. So guess, which pane will it strike? The reinforced one? Or the one that will shatter? And who do you think it's truly aiming for? Me? Someone already declared dead? Or you?
It would be me, wouldn't it? Just how many of the glass panes aren't bulletproof? Cautiously scan the surroundings.
Let us consult the ledger of fate, which has never been balanced. The distribution of vulnerable panes is...
Sally Ishmael leans in, pressing her forehead against yours in an intimate gesture. Fingers loosen and the die cradle in her palm tumbles into the space between you. Your eyes reflexively following its fall catch perfect frozen glimpse of the number facing up in the final second.
How unfortunate.
Oh, it said 1.
Your probability of survival is precisely 0.
Whiz. In the distance, the setting sun trembles slightly. You have to admit the onomatopoeia she uttered earlier mirrors reality all too perfectly. In the same instant, something tears through the air. A tiny hole punctures the glass elevator shaft. A spiderweb of cracks explodes outward. The stretched silence before death, you see it, the bullet shot by the world itself. It's a crimson filament, thin as silk, writhing in through the air, identical to the red threads sprouting from other people's fingertips. But a cascade of pink-white hair arrives first. Ishmael throws herself into the path, shielding you.
But you're right before me. How could I let a death so devoid of meaning touch you?
Voice resonates directly in your mind. The crimson thread pierces through her right carotid artery and bursts from the left side of her neck, pulling a violent gush of blood with it. Half a second later, it splatters across you, warm and thick. At the base of the downtown tower, a scrum of reporters and photographers clogs the entrance, shoving for the perfect shot.
Where did that leak come from? Hey, which outlet broke the story? Who's claiming the pontiff faked her death? Hey!
If you're not in the loop, stop blocking the road. Just move it.
Frenzied reporter, all sharp elbows, shoves the bewildered woman aside, letting her stumble rather than miss his chance. His camera is already raised, snapping a frantic picture of the glass elevator doors. Only after securing the shot does he bother to toss some perfunctory words of explanation.
They're saying the pontiff's been holed up in there the whole time. That big police announcement about her burial this morning? A complete sham! The pontiff herself is gonna walk out that door any second!
That doesn't make any sense! Seriously, where did you hear that?
Who cares where it came from? Look, the elevator! It's coming down!
This new OST? The elevator glides to a smooth, silent halt at the base of the tower. Or maybe I have heard it before. The reporters crash forward in a frantic rush. A frenzy of lenses desperate to capture the first image of the pontiff, who's truly still alive. Form of camera flashes, explodes against the glass, flooding the interior with a blinding, shrubbing glare. The doors part slowly. The interior is a slaughterhouse. Blood splatters half the cabin. Thick rivulets slowly tracing paths down the glass. Lying in the center of the expanding crimson pool is the very pontiff they had all been waiting for. Standing beside the body is a figure frozen in place. baptized in the pontiff's blood. A single drop falls from the person's blood-soaked hair. It strikes the polished face of a Polonia would die, landing directly on the number 1.
Ishmael!
She's dead. Oh, goody. Die of Solace. Gears mashed with perfect precision, dice tumble in infinite variation, all things are drawn into a dance of order and chaos, ascending in an endless spiral. The radio crackles and the announcer's distorted voice cuts through the static.
A terrible quiet has fallen over thousands of people. Yesterday morning, authorities from both the police and the church made a joint announcement. The former pontiff had been laid to rest in a private, secret ceremony. However, that official statement was contradicted in the afternoon by eyewitness accounts placing the former pontiff alive within the central tower. And as it turns out, they were right. The former pontiff Ishmael, or perhaps we should say, the pontiff Ishmael, who was still alive as of yesterday evening, did reappear before the public. But the manner of her return was horrifying. Last evening, onlookers watched as a transparent elevator descended, but it was not a normal descent. The car was filled with blood. Inside this fish tank, as some are calling it, was Ishmael, collapsed, suffering from a severe wound to her neck. Even more notably, there was another passenger in that elevator who emerged completely unscathed. A member of the Inspectorate General of Corentos has now been named a suspect in this homicide attempt and is in police custody. At the scene, Pontiff Ishmael was confirmed to be in critical condition and was rushed to emergency care. Currently, she remains in a life-threatening condition.
Damn. She's still alive? Just like that. I was dragged into this mess. Raise a hand from the corner of the cell, pointing at the radio.
You buying any of that?
Fellow inmate, a man thrown in for robbery, scowls and shoots a mocking glance toward the cell's reigning kingdom.
Not a word. This one's in here for something way heavier than my rap. I can smell it. Hey, you're the one who did it, aren't you? Working with that assassin. What's her name? Leslie? It's all over the news. Hell, everyone at the Bestia knows that name. Funny thing is, soon as they toss you in a cell, the people hit the streets saying that the whole assassination was a scam. That the Pontiff faked it to dodge a trial. They're saying we've got no rights to send troops into Corentos. And it's not even these well-meaning peace activists. Everyone is screaming at the government, demanding proof she's even alive. Real-time medical updates, can you believe it? The whole nation's about to tear itself apart. Lest these Krenantosian. And so are you. You're in on it together. Typical Krenantosians always playing your little games.
No, it's not some grand scheme. It's just people acting on their own selfish wants.
You think the boss was paying you a compliment? Dream on. Even if you could prove they wanted a war before the assassination, nobody who matters would care, especially not the Thebsians who've been itching for a fight.
The voice acting in this one's really good, in my opinion. Wanderer's struggles in the Bestia are truly inescapable, even behind prison walls. Stop explaining, your glance flicks to the tentacles being eagerly twirled between the two inmates' fingers, and you lift your head to resume listening to the radio broadcast.
Don't get so high and mighty. You know what I did? I killed a useless apprentice in my shop. But you're in here with me. And in Thebsia, that means your crime is worse.
Just kidding. It starts going out. Wonder if Lucy and the others are staying safely at home. Ishmael really did take that bullet for me. The radio drones on with updates, protest strikes, and warnings for citizens to stay indoors and avoid the commotion. Security forces Security forces, it announces, have been deployed to maintain order.
Areas affected by protests and strikes include the southeastern region, southern transit lines. Advised to exercise caution.
Signal wavers into a burst of static, and then a different, more familiar voice cuts through, captures your attention, pulling your wandering mind sharply back to the reality of the cell.
Huh? But I overheard the warden today. Said all those charges against the Pontiff, they're legit. She really did fake her death. Made the entire police force look like complete fools. They're furious.
I knew it. I always said the Pontiff made a deal with the devil. Probably funded her whole escape with our taxes. Got shot for real? This time? Good. Let's hope it sticks. Hey, Karatosian! You better be sure you put that idiot Pontiff down for good with your one shot. Might be the only decent thing you ever done for Thepsia.
Damn. Oh, the comic. Examine the strange radio.
Listen, he's talking to you.
Ishmael. I knew the radio. It sounded just like her. I was gonna say, wait, is that? Did they have Ishmael voice the radio girl? Or the radio announcer? Or the hostess? Because it sounded just like her, and it literally is Ishmael.
Well, did you put the Pontiff down for good with your one shot? Don't feel like answering?
Silent as a shadow, a woman in a long robe materializes in the prison corridor. Her gaze, sharp and intent, finds you through the iron bars. Same moment, the radio broadcasting their little entertainment dies with a final crackle. The two cellmates, robbed of their distractions, stare in confusion at its silent antenna. You're on your feet in an instant, drawn to the bars. Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Familiar small curse beneath the visitor's hood. Without a word, she signals the guard behind her to release the poor Carantosian.
Let's go. As I said, just follow me and stay by my side.
As the restraints fall from your wrists, you exhale a deep breath. Following her out, you work the stiffness from your joints, your gaze fixed on the back of this all-powerful pontiff with a tumult of conflicting emotions. Her infamy is now legendary, a fact known to all, yet she did take the bolt for you.
You still have doubts.
Perhaps she truly can read minds, as she once again sees right through you. Who's really behind all this?
Which this do you mean? My death? The attempt on your life? The attempted invasion of Corinthos? Or the fact that everything in this world is slowly falling into chaos?
All of it? She already led you to the prison's exit when, hearing your response, she turns back, her gaze holds you.
The one responsible for all of it?
Is you!
Simple. The law of this world.
Back in the tower, you said the world had its eyes on me. I didn't get it then. But after what happened in the elevator, I think I'm starting to see, at least a little. With a push, the prison door swings open, flooding the dimness with a sunlight that feels entirely new. Though its absence was brief, it fills you with the gratitude of rebirth. Ishmael, tell me what you meant about the law of this world. A genuine smile touches the pontiff's lips. In your words, she finally feels it. Trust, reliance, and the simple, solid weight of her own name. Ah, shit. Standing framed in the light, she throws open her robe with a magician's grace. She flicks her sleeve, and the Polonia wood dye, still stained with a single drop of blood, appears between her fingers again.
It would be my pleasure. My dear Grey Raven.
Ishmael extends her hand. She guides you, reborn, into the chaos of the bustling streets, into the river of flowing traffic, back into the raw, true reality of the world.
The world's law is not easily grasped. Do you remember the gears beneath the dome, where you found me? Those were one reflection of how this world functions. A physical echo of its law. But more simply, every surface you touch, every day you live, they too are expressions of the same law. Here, let me show you with this die.
At the crossroads nearest the prison, she casts the die. After a brief moment, it comes to rest, showing the number 10.
10. Equality. Balance. Perfect harmony between giving and taking.
The die rattles, a sound that meshes perfectly with the turning gears in your mind, and at that precise instant, two characters hurtle from opposite directions, veering on a collision course.
Watch where you're going! Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Get out of the way!
They jerk to a halt with a teeth-grinding shriek of wood and metal, nearly entangled. Two well-dressed figures alight, the tendrils at their fingertips twitching with fury.
Look what you did. You cracked the hub on my left wheel? How am I supposed to make my train now?
Oh, and I suppose you're the only one with someplace to be. If you're in that much of a hurry, maybe you should have taken a motor car. You've gone and broken my right wheel.
Crowd swiftly gathers, buzzing with pointed fingers and gossip, yet many others, seemingly numb to the chronic accidents of this crossroads, merely shake their heads and continue on their way. A small hand tugs at Ishmael's sleeve. The child stands there, opening his palm to reveal a single silver coin. A slender tendril coiled around it.
Ma'am, did you drop this? I found it for you.
That is a very kind thing to do, child. But this isn't my money. The police station is just ahead. You can turn it in there.
While the child darts away, Ishmael's hand flicks out, rolling the die once more. It tumbles to a stop, showing 11 this time.
11. A slight imbalance. A small loss. And a small gain.
Hey! That's not enough! Stop thief! Somebody stop him!
Man clutching a long loaf of bread barrels through the crowd, gawking at the carriage accident, his escape punctuated by startled cries. Clatter, clatter. Die roll. 20. A man reading a newspaper at the roadside suddenly bursts into ecstatic laughter. Clenching his fist, victory is finally undeniably his. Die roll 15. A newsboy shouts headlines into the din. Passerby stuff coins into his palm, snatching papers. Thanks for the war between Thebesia and Carantos, he's reaping his biggest profit of the quarter. Die roll 2. A man who lost everything at the horse races sobs on the street corner. Head in his hands, his ring, his hat, and even his bow tie. All will be forfeit. Tendrils extended from everyone's fingertips seem to writhe infinitely. A forest of marionette strings dancing on the sun's indifferent gaze. Die roll 1. The two of you arrive at the police station steps, where an unexpected figure sits waiting. Lesty? It is Lesty. The young woman who once genuinely tried to assassinate Ishmael has been released. Compared to her previous notoriety, she is now a ghost, stripped of the infamy the assassination attempt bestowed. Public attention has pivoted entirely to the sensational new sentient attempted murder case caught on camera, that she has already forgotten. She looks no different from any other Carastosian girl, simply sitting with a newspaper reading about the war ravaged her homeland.
Yesterday evening, Thebsian forces massed outside the capital of Carentos. No. This isn't possible. It's too soon. God. She's gone. The Pontiff is gone. Why is it all so falling apart? What is wrong with this world?
Tears stream down her face for her homeland, but her true anguish is a deeper, more private torment, her own crushing powerlessness. Before her, a massive protest march floods the street. A human tide whose scale and fury rival the Thebsian army itself.
Stop the war! Stop spending our money on war! Stop the war! Karentos is not our enemy! Don't open fire! Don't open fire! Don't open fire!
They thrust red and white signs high into the air, the placards emblazoned with bold, defiant slogans. Few even bear the script of Karentos.
Don't fire. Don't kill my people. Please, God, someone, have mercy on Karentos. What do I do? What else can I do? Tell me what to do. Please, just tell me.
Ishmael comes to a halt beside Lesty, tugging away the die.
Showing you all this, it should be enough. Can you hear it now?
Hear what?
This is the world as I perceive it. Gears mesh with perfect precision. Dice tumble in infinite variation. All things are drawn into a dance of order and chaos, ascending in an endless spiral.
The fingertip brushes lightly against your ear. Suddenly, the relentless cacophony of grinding gears and rattling dice floods your mind. Phantom echo that refuses to fade.
This is the law that governs this world, and it's these very gears and dice that weave together the sound unique to this land, to Thebsia.
Ishmael leans in, her face close to yours. With a soft exhalation, the phantom sounds multiply, swarming like insects inside your skull.
Listen, it's like a pot about to boil over, simmering, frothing, steaming, ready to erupt at any moment. And when it does, what will follow? A war that claims millions across 2 nations? Or something closer to self-destruction?
Roars of protesters, lusty sobs, the screech of carriage wheels, countless sounds fuse into a single overwhelming symphony. This is the 4th movement, its tempo accelerating to a frantic allegro. It pours brilliant, manic energy into the crowd, harbinger of explosion they are too immersed to hear, a sign that everything is teetering on the brink. You, the symphony's only conscious listener, feel a vibration deep in your eardrums, a resonance that aches in the very bones of your skull. Goosebumps flash across your skin. A primal instinct screams to cover your ears to escape this crushing cacophony. Your own heart once again clenches in a violent spasm, triggering a fit of ill-timed coughing. How can I prevent the eruption? What about using faith? The moment you glimpse the law of the world thrumming beneath the chaos, your mind immediately begins racing for a solution. Could faith hold people back, keep the war from spreading? As pontiff, could you hold them back and prevent the war from spreading?
I see you have quite high expectations of my power. Have I truly become so reliable in your eyes after just a couple brief encounters?
Yes!
But I'm afraid faith cannot restrain a frenzied crowd. And I cannot offer that kind of salvation either. In fact, the opposite may be true. If you don't understand, look around you. The answer is already here.
Ishmael gestures toward the dejected form of Lesty, suddenly huddled on the steps. Weeping young woman raises her head, the numerous tendrils on her fingers writhing like startled serpents with emotion. Before her stands Pontiff Ishmael, the woman she personally assassinated, and you, the new assassin, recently splashed across the headlines. Neither of you attempts to disguise your appearance, yet the stream of passerby flows around you without a single glance, as if you were utterly invisible. The mere sight seizes every muscle in Lusty's body with electric tension. Her hand flies to her pocket, no knife, but she scrambles up from the steps anyway, stepping back with her body coiled and hunched like a bristling cat cornered.
You're alive after all. No, you should be dead. Weren't you dead?
Stand in front of Ishmael.
And you? Weren't you locked up? Where did you come from?
The truth eludes you. You see the flame of hatred, but you aren't ready to hold its heat.
Yes. The Psu one. For warmongers like you, I was the perfect catalyst. Walking right into your trap. I see that now.
You see a fraction of the truth, and that fraction has become your new cage. Your life was never meant to be confined like this.
Even if I'm consumed by hatred forever, even if my homeland burns and my friends die, I won't stop fighting. If I killed you once, I can do it again. If I can fight back once, Corentos will fight back 1,000 times!
Damn. Dusty's teeth grind with a pure rage, yet the life of the street, the bustling traffic, the flowing crowd continues utterly uninterrupted, wholly oblivious to the confrontation unfolding on the steps, as if an unseen force shields it from their perception. Ishmael lets out a soft sigh.
What I mean is, you've hated the wrong person. Killed the wrong person, child. The ones who sent you to kill me wanted a reason for war. You were just a pawn in their game. Everyone, even themselves, even me, we are all pieces.
Don't play the victim. You don't deserve anyone's pity.
Indeed. Using faith for political gain is an old tactic. I've been prepared since the day they named me Pontiff. And sure enough, the moment I dared oppose those in power, my disobedience turned me into the Pontiff of deplorable deeds. The madness lives in this nation, in its people, in everyone you see on this street. But have you considered this? Perhaps I alone am free of it.
Dusty lifts her head, teeth clenched in fury.
Don't tell me you were against the war. I won't fall for your lies.
But you already knew, didn't you? After you killed me, you went through every document in my study. I still remember the look on your face as you read.
You...
Dusty jerks her head away, desperately resisting the truth.
Look at me, child. Lift your head.
I did search your things. I saw the documents. Your arguments against the war. But something in me... I didn't want to see it. Couldn't accept it. I only wanted to listen to the voice in my head.
Damn, Lesty's voice actress is doing good, man. Her VA. A lot of the VAs here are really good in this one. I mean, if she ever gets playable, I wonder if they'll use the same voice actress. I feel like eventually she will be playable. Maybe. I mean, I hope. She has a cool design. She never regrets her courage, recklessness, but lives in terror of missing the chance to choose. Or worse, of having that freedom taken from her entirely. Ishmael listens, patient and unmoving, as Leslie struggles to untangle her own thoughts. Full 5 minutes pass before the young woman, trembling, finally gives voice to the truth.
Back then. Even now. I think I need someone to hate. Later I saw it too. How they blamed your disobedience, pinned every crime on you. Let everyone spit on your name after you died. But so what? Am I supposed to apologize to you now?
Yes. Ishmael's silence continues, an invitation to go on. Bestie hesitantly raises her head. Her gaze shifts to you beside Ishmael. She's clearly seen the recent news.
Don't tell me even you, the new assassin, are also...
Pleasure to meet you. I'm the new killer who specializes in murdering Ishmael. Sorry to disappoint, I'm not like you. I never had any intention of killing Ishmael. Dusty's intense stare fixes on the two figures standing shoulder to shoulder before her. Finally, she bows her head in a deep, conceding gesture.
I screwed up, but... I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to apologize.
Ishmael extends her hand with a merciful and generous touch. She draws forth every last tendril from Lesty's fingers. Momentary vacancy clouds Lesty's eyes before the light swiftly returns.
I have removed the guidance the world imposed upon you. You are unburdened now.
Oh, you have been cleansed.
Why abandon your curiosity and courage now? The next time you face a choice, you must hold fast to it. Once the current takes you, it will be too late. Go now. Converge the guidance you have scattered. Help restore balance to this world.
Lesty feels her very soul unraveled, tension draining from her body, as she nearly goes slack and collapses to the ground. Gazing up into the pink, white light, her vision is clearer than it has ever been. In this instant, she glimpses the true meaning of devotion.
Pontiff, if I become your follower, if I devote myself to you, could you?
I forgive you. Your sins are absolved. But I need neither your devotion nor your prayers. You are free. Rise, child.
Rise, Lord Vader. Clutching her newspaper, Lesty rubs her reddened eyes and turns to walk away, glancing back with every other step. The young woman's path forward remains shredded, but her true heart, at least, remains intact. Ishmael turns at the perfect moment, her curious eyes studying your reaction. She has been doing this for days, always watching as if examining a rare and fascinating specimen.
I suspect you wish to ask me again. What are the tendrils on people's hands? And why am I converging them?
Think I know the answer now?
Then perhaps this time, you could explain it to me.
The power of guidance. Those are the physical form of guidance, aren't they?
Yes. In this world, the Pontiff is the voice of the holy. When the Pontiff offers forgiveness to a young foreigner, that foreigner becomes a devout follower. When the Pontiff blesses a guild organizer in a speech, that guild expands wildly, sometimes enough to fuel a political revolution. This is the power of guidance the world has given the Pontiff. Strong enough to stir revolutions, or progress that sweep across nations. In short, it is what you call faith, a force against which there is no defense. The most absolute authority over the human spirit.
And take back my earlier question. It seems even faith itself can't hold them back.
Throughout history, faith has often led people deeper into the abyss.
And I'm immune to guidance. That's why you're looking for me?
Indeed. Once again, I must express my admiration. You see clearly, and you are truly the one I've been waiting for.
Starting to understand everything. How can I help you now?
There's no need to rush. And besides, since guidance does not sway you, it isn't my place to tell you what to do.
Once again, Ishmael places her fingers over your heart.
Listen to your own heart. The answers you need are already there. But before that, there is one last thing to settle. Something that concerns you directly.
Oh yeah? Is that where they end it? Oh, it still goes. In the finest hospital in Thebsia, a citadel of concentrated advanced medical resources, Ishmael sits beside you in the examination room on the hard wooden chairs. She watches, intent as the doctor sketches on a sheet of paper, his pen quickly outlining the shape of a heart. Is it really necessary to spend so long drawing?
Patience, patience. I need to finish this drawing to properly explain what's going on.
The doctor doesn't even look up. Am I dying?
The clinic said it was just a cold. But after reviewing your scans, it's actually...
Nervous?
She takes your hand in hers. A palpable warmth flows from her palm into you. Temporary solace from your heart with so uncertain a future.
Since it's your fate on the line, why not roll the die yourself?
You take the dye, ignoring the droplet of Ishmael's blood that has seeped into the grain of the Polonia wood on the one face, and cast it across the smooth table. It rattles twice before coming to a definitive stop. The number 1, with its accusing crimson stain, mocks you once more.
It seems the world has made its stance toward you quite clear.
There, all done. Would the patient like to step outside while I speak with your companion?
You may speak freely. There is no need for secrecy. I believe our patient is already prepared.
All right then. This is your heart. Look here.
The doctor holds up his drawing, a remarkably detailed rendering of a human heart, points decisively to its center with the tip of his pen.
Heart conditions vary. Some of the most common congenital defects involve something missing. Your heart is also missing a piece, but not like a typical septal defect. It's right here in the center. The tissue, the valves. It's completely hollow.
I like how when he's speaking, like, he actually sounds like he has, like, a mask on. He then makes a fist in front of the paper, as if gripping a core chunk of the muscle, and quickly flings his hand away in a gesture of dismissal. An essential piece of flesh. Oh, wait, what? Quickly flings his hand away in a gesture of dismissal. An essential piece of flesh, the motion says, simply does not exist.
From what I can see, your body doesn't rely on your heart to circulate energy. If there are gods in this world, you must be sustained by divine power. After all, a heart this independent and free, this world simply wasn't made to accommodate it.
Can it be treated?
I'm sorry. I've never seen a case like this before.
Suddenly the doctor coughs, his hands tremble as he removes his glasses. He stands to shake hands with you, his professional composure shattered as the tendril at his fingertip begins to spin with an uncontrolled excitement.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are the final patient of my medical career.
Oh.
Seeing your heart, it was like a divine calling. I finally found my resolution to become a priest. Being a doctor won't save Thebsia after all, right?
Could've just said I was dying. Smell Ishmael has moved through the capital of Thebsia entirely unrecognized. She releases a soft as she observes the gesticulating doctor and your complicated expression.
Shall we try another department? I know many excellent physicians.
No, let's go. Get me out of here. Ishmael holds a profound accommodation for the needs of the dying. If you wish to walk, she would walk with you. If you desire to sit on the grass, she would stay by your side. If silence was what you needed, then silence it would be. She welcomes your rare moment of melancholy. It is not until the afternoon has nearly bled away, after a single flower-shaped cloud has journeyed across the entire breadth of the sky and vanished, that you finally find your voice. I am hollow. So is this really the Holy's doing?
Excess can be cut away, but absence is rare and far harder to fill.
What am I supposed to do now? So much of what I used to care about feels meaningless now.
We could think it through together. Many turn to faith when facing illness, something to anchor a lost soul. If you need that, I'm here. I will listen to your prayers.
You want me to devote what's left of my life to you?
I'm only offering a choice. Not to a god, but to me.
You look up at her pink white eyes and with a wry smile, offer a gentle quip. Sounds more like a deal with the devil. You could at least make it sound prettier. I might have believed you then. Too bad you don't even bother dressing it up.
You deserve truth, nothing less.
Hmm. Trying to face the sunset another evening, the same wash of pink and white across the sky, but today, the pink is faded and the white seems pale and sickly. Can read my mind now.
As I said before, I can't read thoughts. I can only guess. But if I were to guess, you're thinking of your 3 children back home. You're wondering, what happens to them if I die? Who will take care of them? If Thebsia takes the capital of Corinthos, when will I see them again? They're only 8, but they'll be forced to flee to the countryside. If supplies run low, will they even have enough to eat? Oh God.
Oh, I can't accept this. None of it. This has to stop. Bolt upright. You've convinced me. If we take back the guidance of people, will it stop the war?
For a time, yes. The war-fueled fervor would fade. This wave of fanaticism triggered by guidance would recede. To be precise, I'm already doing it. Converging those red threads you see. The tendrils. It's slow, though. We'd need to gather crowds. As Pontiff, it would be simple to call for a mass gathering. Unfortunately, that's no longer possible.
Is there another way to bring everyone in the capital of Thebsia together?
Actually, I do have a viable solution, but...
Whether from the delirium of sickness or some tricks of the clouds, you are certain you see the distant setting sun flicker.
We should lower our voices. It would be troublesome if the world hears us.
Then a second event confirms it is no illusion. Everyone on the lawn suddenly freezes. Conversations halt mid-sentence. Hands pause in mid-air. The entire scene locks on into a single suspended second. Just as suddenly their heads snap toward your secluded corner. Their stares are vacant yet piercing. The red tendrils on their fingers stiffening like the raised hoods of snakes. I think we're already heard clearly.
It seems you have truly understood and accepted the law of this world. Then you must also understand that what you're planning is defiance on a grand scale against the entire world. The path will be difficult. Your body will weaken further until...
Even if it ends in death, at least it's a death I choose. Not one dictated by guidance. On the grass nearby, several figures rise with jerky, unnatural movements and begin to shuffle toward you. A final cough racks your body as you struggle to calm the frantic, shattered heart that rages against the cage of your ribs. Then your gaze finds Ishmael's, locking directly with her eyes. Besides, isn't a free soul exactly what you wanted all along? Only this gives my existence meaning. This is the mission I'd forgotten, isn't it?
I respect your choice completely, no matter what it is.
Across the lawn, more and more people join the stiffly moving crowd. This small cluster is merely the first warning, not as lethal as a bullet that pierced through the glass, but troublesome enough. Let's go.
Don't worry.
Ishmael.
Someone is already coming for us.
Ishmael shifts her gaze slightly, and in that instant a carriage charges through the hospital entrance at full speed, plowing through everything in its path. It hurdles... Is that Speedwagon dude from JoJo or what? It hurtles straight onto the lawn, executing a near impossible drift that grinds to a halt right before you. Driver yanks the reins savagely. Horse rears up on its hind legs, whining. I have never seen this word. Whining into the sky as a cloud of dust billows around it. Fierce driver, a black-haired young girl, balances with one foot in the stirrup, leaning precariously out from her mount to thrust her hand toward Ishmael.
Hurry! The whole city's gone mad! The police and media couldn't find you at the hospital or the prison, so they've turned everyone loose looking for you two!
The carriage driver.
The name's Etha, not carriage driver. There's no time to explain. Get it, quick!
Okay. Nice. that was the third one? Why did I think that was the fourth one? Holy moly. Okay. Well, anyway, I need to take another break. Okay, now I'm back. Let's go back over here. Yeah, I am back. It took me a little bit. I refilled my water, used the restroom real quick, just talking to the family. And I got, we ended up making some, like, banana pudding. So I'm gonna have that real quick, since I'm a tad bit hungry. And then later I'll get some actual food. Anyway, damn, dude, yeah, like I was saying, it's long. We still have like 4 more. I'm just trying to debate it. If some of these go like quickly, then unless I split this up, I don't know. But Marionette, let's try reading like one more, then I'll decide if I split it up or not, and maybe I'll do the other half. The next day, I don't have that much time left. I have 3 days. Marionette, you've never been one for small solutions. Your choices have always shaped the world. That is who you are, who you truly are. Eat this carrot. At this carriage, bias through broad avenues and narrow lanes, carrying 2 souls bent on defying the world. Leaving behind the stiff crowds, the sinking sun and the crimson dusk. At last, under the chill gaze of a pallid moon, it draws to a stop before a modest 2-story house, its chimney whispering soft curls of smoke.
This way. No one ever uses this path after dark. You'll be safe.
Vigilantly scan the surroundings.
It's all right. Etha is a dear friend. She's been keeping an eye on you for a while now. You can trust her discretion.
Okay. Etha pushes the back door open first, releasing a peculiar blend of scents. Complex spices, potatoes, and a tang of fish that spills from a simmering pot and envelops all of you at once.
Oh, blast. Looks like Miss Rahili prepared dinner. Maybe you two should duck into the backyard for a bit.
Etha, I count 3 sets of footsteps. Who else have you dragged into the mess besides Ishmael?
Wasn't this Ishmael's teacher in her comic? And high ceiling is... How do you pronounce that? In the high ceilinged, cylindred atrium, a tarpaulin drapes. Bro, I'm like learning all these words. With a large hidden form, the middle-aged woman who spoke is just tucking in the last corner of the cloth before carefully stepping down from her ladder. Her fingers are impeccably clean, untouched by the guidance. Her eyes rest briefly on Ishmael's face with a mild smile, then drift over her shoulder to you, following behind.
Godmother, this is a good friend I've recently made.
Yeah, she was literally about to say.
So you're the one. A friend, is it? Must be quite a friend to bring this one here in these perilous times. If you say so.
Damn, I'm just gonna call her Rayleigh. Rayleigh flashes a knowing smile, one that says, I see right through you, and wipes her hands on a rag, scrubbing away the dark stains that had just marked her skin. With a sharp eye, you recognize the residue on her hands as machine oil.
Dinner's on the stove, Etha. Be a dear and ladle it out.
Do I have to? That looks like glue. Ishmael, save me. Let's just make some fresh juice like we used to when we were kids. That's a perfectly good dinner.
Rayleigh returns a silver wrench from the table to her toolbox, closing the lid with deliberate care.
It is not glue. It's potato soup with several whole skyfish, a delicacy from Bola, and not something we get every day. This is no time to be fussy.
Skyfish is skyfish. Potato soup is potato soup. Who in their right mind mashes them together?
It's called fusion cuisine, dear. Blending Thebsian tradition with a bit of innovation. Etha, you should always be open to new ideas, even in cooking.
I'm begging you. Stick to inventing your giant metal chunks, please. My stomach thanks you.
What did she just say? Oh. The word inventing springs from Etha's lips, and suddenly all your confusion about this cottage falls into place. Oh, so you're an inventor.
No wonder you've been studying everything since you walked in. I fit the inventor label perfectly, don't I? The eccentric tinker, holed up in her cottage, obsessed with gadgets the world has no use for.
Rahili.
Etha moved back in a few years ago.
Rahili.
She's been a godsend. Really, a wonderful kid.
Etha pulls a face, but acquiesces. Resigned to her fate, she grabs a stack of plates and approaches the simmering pot. Its eerie gray-blue glow, casting faint shadows, all while pinching her nose tightly. I don't think you're eccentric. And from what I can see, your work looks quite grand. Attention drifts toward the center of the room where a large form lies shrouded beneath a cloth.
Now that's a kind thing to say. Would you like a proper look? Though I've just covered it up, I've been waiting for an excuse to pull the cover off with a proper flourish.
I'd be honored to see it. I'd absolutely love to see it. I'd be honored to be your first audience. I'll say first audience.
Splendid. Now, prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself. Prepare. With a single swift motion, the tarp is seized by one corner and swept dramatically aside. The smell of the soup swirls through the room, and there, standing amid these most absurd of scents, looms the massive form of Mecha. The word, a term never before spoken, never even fully formed in your mind. That's funny because we were just talking about Gundam too. Materializes from the air itself and escapes your lips almost without your consent. A mecha?
Mecha. I like that. Far better than Etha's metal chunks. You hear that, Etha? Our guest has more of a poet's touch than you reporters.
Ow! Hut, hut, hut!
The highly cultured Miss Etha, reporter extraordinaire, is currently waging a losing battle against a grotesquely gooey amalgamation of skyfish and mashed potatoes.
You recognized it immediately. How have you come across something like this before?
I just have. I'm not sure. It just feels familiar, like I already know how to pilot it.
Pilot? You even know it can be manually operated, and you still say you're not sure?
Rayleigh gives the mecha's gleaming shell an affectionate pat, her smile blooming with pride.
If the chance arises, perhaps you'd like to be the first to take it for a spin? Put its functions to the test. How does that sound? I dreamed that one day, these mechas could help with heavy labor. Hauling cargo, clearing land, all of it.
Wonder what it looks like. Is it like a construct, what we're looking at? Sure thing. We'll see. Well, I happen to be a bit of an expert.
Every time you find someone who can keep up, you just have to rope them into a passionate chat. You two are getting along entirely well, aren't you?
Yes. There, I'm done with my banana pudding. It was really good. By the way, does it have a name of its own, a project designation? The sweep of her hand directs your attention to its magnificent right arm, where a single line of text is engraved into the middle.
Ishmari.
Ishmael freezes. Ishmael freezes. The gentle look she had worn just a moment before, the soft amusement of observing this harmonious meeting, stiffens on her face. And in a heartbeat it shatters. Her features shift into an expression of unmistakable melancholy, a raw and fragile emotion rarely, if ever, seen on her face.
Professor, the more you do, the harder it becomes for me to let you all go.
Oh, listen to you. Professor, from which god did you even pick up that title? I'm your godmother, not your professor.
Rayleigh pats the back of Ishmael's hand. At the touch, Ishmael's gaze flickers downward. Something glimmers at the corner of her eye, then vanishes as quickly as it came. All that remains is the faint, almost imperceptible sigh that escapes her lips.
Alright. Food's getting cold. Has everyone forgotten how long your poor carriage driver Etha struggled with this pot of skyfish?
With a practical sweep of her arm, Etha clears the table, her usual workspace, littered with documents and newspapers, to make room for several bowls of stew and spoons. Rolls of newsprint tumble into a waiting cardboard box on the floor, rustling and colliding as they settle. Your gaze is drawn to several bold headlines, stark and accusing in thick black ink. Pontiff's spectre looms over Thebsia. Inspectorate General formally indicts formal Pontiff Ishmael.
Sit. Don't pay any attention to that trash. It's all nonsense. I've already written a brilliant piece that'll counter all of it. It'll be on the press by dawn. We'll turn this right around brilliantly.
What sort of article? The paper actually agreed to run it?
Oh, I ate my legs.
Of course they did. I'm their star reporter, remember? They're begging me for copy. I've systematically dismantled every single rumor about you. For example, regarding the corruption nonsense, I got the manager of the Pontiff's residence to hand over your expense records. Years of them. They show you've lived with absolute austerity. Completely innocent. But the colluding with external forces accusation, that's the serious one. I tried several cardinal bishops, but they wouldn't give me the time of day. I always told you not to trust them. Half of them are in the government's pockets. So I went to the embassy instead. Got records showing you refused every visitor from Corentos. You saw this coming, didn't you? You were being so careful to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. And they still pinned it on you. I've got it all compiled. Just you wait. Though, there is one point that's a bit tricky to explain.
What about me could possibly be tricky to explain?
Take your seat at the table and begin to eat, listening absently at first, but after a single bite, you set the spoon down, your focus narrowing entirely on her words. You call to mind, with sudden clarity, a certain Pontiff's scandal that Officer Shorthalt had mentioned. It's not inappropriate conduct, is it?
It actually is.
Ishmael sets her spoon down as well. She lifts a hand to her forehead and then shows a resigned smile. Suddenly, Etha seems to notice something. Her gaze starts back and forth between Ishmael and you, her friend, like a squirrel tracking fallen nuts. Then her eyes widen alight with the spark of a thrilling realization.
Wait! I just had a genius idea!
I have a feeling you've come up with something remarkably creative.
Ishmael, you two. Go up to the attic later and sit on Ishmael's old bed. Get cozy if you want.
Ethan makes a suggestive circular gesture between Ishmael and you, indicating intimacy.
Then, I'll take a few photos.
Oh.
Yes, exactly what you're thinking. Pontiff's intimate evening with mysterious prosecutor, followed by exclusive, who was the Pontiff's secret lover. It'll be front page news. Every eye in Thepsia will be on that. First, we leak the intimate photos, play up the story of a long-time secret devotion. Then, we catch a few celebrities in some juicy scandals, and bam! Public attention shifts completely.
Ether leaps to her feet, slamming both hands on the table with unrestrained excitement. The impact sends a tremor through the bowls, causing the poorly cooked skyfish to quiver indignantly across the tabletop.
Yes, that's it! We let it simmer for a few months, then we explain it all away. The Pontiff Inner Mercy was merely absolving a troubled follower of afflictions.
Cough violently. Ishmael appears to be breaking into a sweat.
Etha, sit down and take a breath. It's all right. Let's think this through. We might not need to go that route.
This is about your life. Shouldn't you be a little more supportive of my brilliant plans?
Etha, let it go.
Mother, you were on my side a second ago. Talk some sense into her.
It's no use, Etha. We all know the truth. The public's been guided. They won't listen. My sins are already nailed to the cross. There's no point in any of this now. I warned you both. If things went wrong, even this cottage where I was raised wouldn't be safe. We agreed we'd share one last meal, then pack our things and leave the capital of Thepsia. Remember?
Even Ishmael's smile seems strained now.
Rahili took us in when we needed shelter. The least we can do is bring her somewhere she can pursue her inventions in peace.
I know, but you... What happens to you is what matters.
Etha leans forward, palms pressed flat against the table as she hangs her head low, locked in a silent standoff with a skyfish on her plate. Seems everyone at the table already knows the truth. These beautiful fleeting days of peace are nearing their end.
Rahili and I, we should have stopped them. We never should have let those lords and ladies take you away. All that talk about an innate divine power. Such nonsense. That water you drank turned to wine. The stones you touched yielded gold. Wounds healed with your pardon. And just like that, you were their new pontiff. But we know you. We squeeze those vegetable juices with you. We drink them too. So, why aren't we divine? Why aren't we immortal? We watched them take your handkerchief. The candlestick you touched.
Handkerchief.
They even cut down a tree you used to climb in the courtyard. I heard they made a new desk out of it for some minister. So, tell me, Ishmael. Do you really have this divine power? Did those people truly receive your merciful forgiveness?
Ethan's fingers almost dig into the wood. You watch her whiten knuckles, half terrified that her anguish will manifest into something tangible, that those tendrils might erupt from her very fingertips, but nothing happens. Every choked word she speaks comes from the heart, even woven from memories, true and tender, that she, Ishmael, and Rayleigh once shared.
If you really have this power, then why is the world like this? Why does everything feel so confused? Like you're keeping us in the dark on purpose. I did what you told me to these past few days, keeping my distance and watched. I saw you open your eyes in a coffin. I saw your neck pierced in the elevator. But after all that, you're still alive somehow like it was nothing. And I've been having these dreams. The world was completely different, but it felt so real. You were my classmate, my friend. Rahili was your professor. I wake up and I don't know which one is the real world anymore. Ishmael, what happened to you? What happened to the world? What do you have to do with all of it?
I'm sorry. This is my fault.
At just the right moment, Rayleigh's hand reaches out. She gently strokes the hair of both girls, a quiet anchor in the
Oh,
storm.
my dear girls. Don't push so hard, Etha. What Ishmael becomes, that is her own path. Her truth might be beyond our understanding, and if it is, then we don't need to understand it. And don't you carry that guilt, Ishmael. Pontiff or not, you are still you. Your title never changed how we see you. Etha is just worried. As for me, my work is done. I finished the final oiling today. Ishmeri is ready. Even if I had to leave tomorrow, I'd have no regrets.
No regrets.
No. My apology is for more than that. It's for this world.
None of that matters to us. Ishmael, seeing you like this is what worries me. Do what you want to do. Forget this divine power. Follow your own desires. We will always be right behind you, no matter what.
Are you sure about that? Fingers brush through Ishmael's soft pink strands. For a moment, Ishmael simply absorbs the touch, silent and still, then finally yields, burying her face deeply into her godmother's embrace.
Yes. You always have been.
Now, everyone should get some rest. I'll clean up. We leave at first light, just as we planned. Wherever you are, our journey begins tomorrow. You are free to choose your path, and so are we.
I see.
I see. At 10 o'clock, Ishmael ascends to the attic, her hand gliding silently along the railing. She finds you leaning in the shadowed corner, talking, your back turned to her, the telephone receiver gripped tightly in your hand.
Hello, the number you are trying to reach is... Very well, connecting you now.
I'm a legal prosecutor. For a brief pause, you decide to use a different name for this call. This is May from the Inspectorate General. I need to speak with... This is Ken. Yes.
One moment, please. The line is still ringing. We'll have your connection shortly.
Through a long series of rings that seem stretched into the void, the line finally connects, but it is only the operator's voice that answers, rehearsed, smooth, and faintly apologetic.
I'm sorry, there's no answer from that extension.
He patched me through that police station then. Detective Shorthalt, Criminal Investigations, the number.
I apologize. The other party. Oh, he's picked up. Mr. Shorthalt, I have a legal prosecutor from the Capitol on the line for you.
Save the introduction. Who else calls at this hour? All right. Where are you holed up? The whole city's turning over every rock looking for you.
Police are in on the hunt too?
You bet. Look out any attic window or peek from a sewer grate, and you'll see blinding searchlights and police dogs swarming every alley. Capturing the Pontiff and her so-called lover has become the operation of the century. You've been gone one day, and the rumors have already spiraled out of control. Even folks at the station are starting to buy into it. I don't know if I'm losing my mind, or if the whole world has.
It's the world.
I'd rather believe that too.
So you're not turning us in?
Ever since our little trip to the Central Tower, things started making sense. Everything clicked. I'm turning in my badge tomorrow. Done with being a cop for good. I'm heading back to my hometown to confess to that shrew I've loved for years. I'll get down on my knees if I have to, even if she challenges me to a duel. After that, I'll become an artist, or her personal bodyguard, if she'll have me.
It's quite the artistic approach. Where are you going throwing yourself at her feet? Can I ask a favor? There's some information, that's all.
Tell me what you want to know first.
Any large public gatherings coming up, the bigger the better.
Well, there is one. In 7 days, there's an inauguration
7
ceremony for the
days?
new pontiff. Nominated by the College of Cardinals and chosen by the faithful. It's hastily arranged, so I doubt the scale will be too big. What are you planning? Blow up the venue and turn that illegitimate pontiff into human fireworks?
Something like that, maybe.
You'd make a better artist than me, but take some advice. Thepsia is losing its mind, on the verge of going completely mad. Better to lie low than charge straight into that chaos. I bought tickets to Corinthos under my name. 2 of them. We both know why there are 2. It's the last ship out. So I suggest you take this chance. Next time you call the station, I won't be here to answer.
Thank you, Short Halt.
You're welcome.
Probably hangs up without the slightest hint of hesitation.
Hello, will there be anyone else you'd like to speak with today?
No. For a few seconds of silence with the receiver in hand, you hesitantly voice your thought. Is it possible to place an overseas call?
Where to? Be advised, wartime rates are considerably higher.
Capital of Corinthos, the area code is.
Sorry, all lines to Corinthos are currently under government control. Perhaps you could contact a special liaison office for authorization.
I understand that won't be necessary, thank you.
Trouble?
The whole city's lost its mind. Ishmael, who had been listening in silence all this while, gently lowers the edge of the curtain, blocking the faint, ominous glow of the gas lamps from the alley. Just as Short Halt had warned, they are hunting for the 2 of you.
Yes. The world has known we were here all along. It's only because of me that it hasn't reached in and crushed this little house.
Much longer can you hold it back?
Long enough for you to get a few nights of peaceful sleep.
Okay. Tomorrow while Rayleigh and Etha head to somewhere safe, we prepare to make our move.
You're thinking of converging the guidance at the Pontiff's ceremony 7 days from now? The Cardinals would prefer to hold that behind closed doors, and the world already anticipates our intention. It will do everything to keep the people from gathering. Unless something explosive happens. Like, disgraced former pontiff is captured at last. Something that would drive the public into a frenzy and flood the streets. Otherwise, converging the threads of guidance on such a scale will be nearly impossible.
Can't use that plan, it's too dangerous. Can't afford to let them control the narrative. Ishmael glances at you as you rack your brain for solutions, and after a moment's consideration, steps away from the window and approaches.
All right. Rest now. You've been running for days. You deserve to breathe. I doubt you slept much in that cell either. Here, drink this.
Was that milk? Oh, it is milk. Yeah. If Ishmael offers you a cup of warm milk, the same pot she'd been tending to downstairs. Drink in big gulps. It is sickeningly, overwhelmingly sweet. The cloying liquid coats your throat and attacks your taste buds. You barely manage to swallow, fighting a visceral urge to spray it across the room. Cough, cough.
Oh, did I add too many sugar cubes?
It's fine. Still reeling from the sugary assault, you set the cup down on the bedside stand and finally take a proper look around the small attic bedroom. Dang, I forgot what other character did that too. Like, they had like... Oh, it was Jatavi. When she made you drink something, I remember in like one of her stories. And whatnot. It was... Yeah, like the same thing. Furnishings are dated, yet everything is impeccably kept. The bedding is fresh, and not a single speck of dust or strand of cobweb dares to linger. Clearly this room is tended to with care. The desk rests an array of delicate trinkets fit to charm any young girl. An elegantly carved box of wax seals, a row of hardbound classics. Noticing your curious gaze, Ishmael offers a soft smile before gently pulling open the desk drawer.
Rahili took Etha and me in. I had slept in this little attic since I was a child, and everything in the drawer belongs to me.
Inside lies a leather roll of carving knives and fine tools, nestled among a collection of wooden carvings. They're all dice. Without exception, they are dice. Some are minimalist, bearing only stark numerals. Others are lavishly adorned with intricate patterns and painted in vivid color. Few even feature delicate openwork, carved into fragile shells.
Carving is a wonderful way to clear the mind. Someone once carved a die for me by hand, and that's how I learned.
Pick up one of the openwork dice and raise it to your eye, peering through its intricate patterns. For just 2 steps away, Ishmael's gaze meets yours through the tiny apertures. In that moment, through the delicate web of wood, you catch glimpses of another life, a girlish pastime, a lingering tenderness for the person who carved her first die. Through the tiny openings of the die, Ishmael smiles at that person. Memory trembles at the edge of your mind, then breaks through. Wish smile.
Yes, Grey Raven.
For an instant, as you look at one another through the die, touch something true, something real. Fate has little mercy for the one dragged unwillingly into this world. The moment of clarity shadows as quickly as it formed, vanishing like smoke. This music is making me tired. The OST. Ishmael gently takes the die from your hand, returns it to the drawer, and locks it away. Then she turns and blows out the candle by the bed.
Rest now. The bed is made. It should suit your liking.
Yeah, I'm back. I've been reading for a little bit. You're good though, no worries.
Either way, try to get some real sleep. Whatever tomorrow brings, you'll need your strength.
On the eve of the coming storm, the two of you share a single bed, falling asleep facing one another. Okay. Bro, this story is long as hell. It's literally exactly as I said. It's super duper long. But less than 15 minutes later, your eyes open again and you realize at once yours aren't the only ones gleaming in the dim light. Ishmael is also awake. Watching you, there's a trace of something unspoken in her gaze, something like sorrow. Ishmael.
I'm here. Those eyes of yours are brimming with unspoken thoughts again. I won't stop you. Go ahead.
The officer, he gave me another option. I mean, if everyone is set on leaving, measure words carefully, unsure of whether what you're about to offer will be enough. I have a cottage back in Carantos. Can you describe it? A hidden refuge far from the city's grasp, nestled with mountains at its back, and a clear stream running beside it. The yard holds shelters for livestock, rows of vegetable gardens, and beyond, vast farmlands stretch out like a promise of peace. I've already gathered textbooks for the children, saved some money too.
Thepsia will eventually rewrite those textbooks. And if war breaks out, that money may not be worth the paper it's printed on.
I have gold, and I'll teach the children the true history myself. We live far from the crowds, far from the war, grow our own food, rely on no one. It wouldn't be grand, but it could be a good life. Damn, just like the meme. It's an honest living. Right? Happy one.
I've heard many tales of escape. Young lords and ladies, princes and princesses, but never one about a pontiff eloping like some romantic fugitive. Still, it's a far more appealing story than Etha's.
Is that a path you would take?
Your affection, offered so openly, it does bring me joy.
Ishmael suddenly smiles as if brushing aside an impossible dream.
But you wouldn't choose this path. You've never been one for small solutions. Your choices have always shaped the world. That is who you are. Who you always were.
Let me go over here real quick and do this.
Even if time, law, or guidance rewrite everything else, they cannot change that.
I skipped it. Those questions Etha asked, I want to know the answers to.
Because I am one with the world. The power of guidance it wields originally came from me.
Why were you chosen to be pontiff? To become the voice of the holy? I'm the one in the world. The power of the guidance it wields originally came from me.
That power, the guidance I scattered into this world, began to spiral out of control. It dragged you and those three from Grey Raven into this. So I chose to become the pontiff, to reclaim that power, reprogram it, and disperse it more evenly. Do you understand? In your current state, you might not fully grasp this. Perhaps it would be clearer if I showed you through feeling. The power of choice has always been in your hands, as you are the outsider. It's just that I want to ease you into it slowly. You never would have accepted it otherwise.
What power of
I
choice?
can show you now. There won't be another chance after all.
What do you mean? Ishmael lies on her side, extending her right hand to intertwine her fingers with yours.
It's all right. Just relax and imagine. If the collective power of guidance were placed in your hands, what would you do? Would you kill the guidance, scattering its influence evenly? Or would you wield it, reshaping the world as you see fit?
Divine power seems to flow from Ishmael's palm, quickly lulling you into drowsiness.
So many have tried to take this power from me. They treat objects I've touched like holy relics, coveting what they can't possess. Even after my death, they'd fight over my crown, my staff. Or perhaps you would find a way to master it completely.
What is this? Something ineffable stirs within Ishmael's gentle gaze, a presence that seems to reach across the space between you and brush softly against you. Golden blueprints gradually unfold before your eyes, interlocking in a silent, dazzling dance. They call to you in a language beyond words, giving you no choice but to slowly, helplessly close your eyes.
It's all right. Show me your choice. Hold nothing back. I will always respect your decision and forgive your sins.
Bam. Somebody with gears and dice echoes once more within your mind, this time guiding you to the very summit of that tower. Bro. I have 3 more. Oh. Jeez. The red and the gray. The Guilty in Reconciliation Day. I'm gonna actually try to finish it. You open your mouth. An individual's insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. You have fallen into a kind of madness so profound that it's impossible to tell whether this is reality or dream. When did I come here? In the haze of your memory, recall making several failed calls from the attic of Ishmael's, Miss Rayleigh's house, drank a cup of warm milk, fidgeted with a set of wooden carved dice from a drawer, finally lay down on the bed. Ishmael was there beside you, leaning close to whisper something intimately in your ear. Though the words themselves are lost to you now, you were swiftly pulled into the black hole of dreams. When your eyes open again, you find yourself once more within the forest of gears, the place you had first met the true Ishmael. Though saying standing isn't the right word, you are suspended, floating in the still air.
Your physical body has no mass, and your soul doesn't weigh 21 grams. It's all 0. You are a perfect emptiness. All that remains is the capacity to feel.
Ishmael glides toward you, looking at every bit the pontiff, yet now with something else. 6 white wings arching from her back. 6
Do
wings.
you find them beautiful? Or would you rather say you like them?
I like them.
Come then. Let's see how much more of the truth we can reveal.
Taking her hand, Ishmael places it on the nearest gear and presses it until it begins to turn.
Do you remember the question I just posed to you? What would you do if the power of guidance were yours to wield? That opportunity is now before you. I want to see the path you choose.
Light pulses from the turning gear, distorting gravity and sending your head spinning. Okay. An invisible force snatches you up and hurls you out. In an instant, you stumble, landing hard on the couch in the pontiff's quarters. Behind you, the terrace door that hides countless gears slams shut. Ow, ow.
You have 10 minutes until the ceremony begins. If you don't fix yourself up, you'll be late.
China's disarmingly casual, as if she were merely asking how you take your coffee. She sits at an adjacent table facing you, her hands folded and her chin resting thoughtfully upon them. Wait, I thought the new pontiff's inauguration was in 7 days. Now, no, how did I even get back here?
The new pontiff's inauguration? How interesting. I wasn't aware anyone was trying to usurp my title. I'm afraid you're mistaken. The pontiff's name is still Ishmael. I don't know what long dream you've been lost in, but allow me to remind you. Today is your inauguration ceremony, Chairman. Or should I say,
wait, what?
Chief Prosecutor. You now have 9 minutes.
Me. Ishmael seems accustomed to your bewilderment. Offering no further explanation, she closes the distance between you and begins to adjust your attire. Her movements deft and practiced.
Your memory continues to be a puzzle. One that all the hospital scans insist doesn't exist. But don't worry. I'm prepared to explain this as many times as you need. 4 years ago, Thebsia grew too weak for foreign wars. It withdrew from Corinthos and turned its chaos inward. You and Madam President achieved exactly what you wanted. What was once denounced as the Holy Church, the reactionary force, is now the vanguard of the revolution. Madam President, Lesty, calls it the triumph of history.
Lesty became president.
Surprised? She's grown. Bold, but never reckless. She united
Bold
the military
and brash.
industrial complex where she once worked, rallied the people of Thebsia, and shattered the old regime. I consider this my victory as
For
well.
good.
The Holy Church's influence is now woven through the government, a seamless union of faith and state. As Pontiff, I command Lesty's full support. My authority is absolute.
Final adjustment, Ishmael smooths down your collar.
And yet, I seem to have lost all interest in preaching. Even Lesty says I've become more of a personal attendant to you than a spiritual leader. A life more mundane than if I'd simply retired.
Memories that never existed surge forth from the void, flooding all at once into your vacant mind.
And you were appointed by President Lesty as chairman of the Supreme Judicial Council and chief prosecutor of the Supreme Court.
How is that even possible?
Yeah. How is it possible? Suddenly, I'm not sure it's a good thing anymore. Do you feel it too?
Ishmael shakes her head, dismissing all the questions that deserve serious consideration.
Never mind that now. Come. The elevator is waiting for us.
Is there, like, not gonna be a playable section for her so we could try out her gotcha skin? Inside the elevator, Ishmael gazes out at the capital of Thebsia, never once looking at you. Ishmael, what happened to your dice? You used to always have them with you.
The dice? I left them behind long ago. I had no more use for them.
Masaka. She doesn't turn around, her gaze fixed elsewhere as she answers your question with a hint of indifference. You, the chairman, don't press further, instead turning to join her and gazing beyond the glass elevator. It's mid-afternoon, but the sky holds no pink-white glow of sunset. Even the sun hangs low today, gray and subdued, veiled behind a layer of clouds. With little else to hold your attention, your eyes focus on something more distinct. Spiderweb crack of a bullet hole in the glass wall. Whether triggered by some forgotten memory or not, the sight of it sends a subtle scratch across your heart. Inexplicable sensation. An itching feeling spreads from your heart to your lungs, stirring a sudden, dry urge to cough.
Lesty and I both suggested replacing this cracked glass, but you are quite insistent on keeping it. I can't read your mind. But perhaps you find value in the reminder. After all, this window witnessed those harrowing days of enemy assassinations.
Surprisingly, Ishmael's lips curl into a slightly teasing smile. Is that really how it happened back then? I don't really remember.
I don't really remember. You say that so often now. Your memories are becoming frayed. Most of the time, it's as if you're not even yourself anymore.
Glass elevator descends to the lower levels. Outside, you see the ground blanketed to see of people packed together. Their dark hair punctuated by scattered flecks of other colors. Citizens of New Thebsia stand with hands clasped in prayer, gazing silently and devoutly at the towering spire of power. They watch as the holy emissary descends from above, bringing blessing to the faithful below. Ding, blessing has arrived. As the elevator doors slide open, you instinctively raise an arm to shield your eyes, as if expecting a barrage of camera flashes. But your memory proves faulty. Outside are only devout worshippers, loyal citizens of Thebsia. They interpret your gesture as a deliberate signal, immediately bowing their heads in unison, no longer permitting themselves to gaze directly upon authority.
Look, everyone is waiting for you.
And the president of Thebsia, who has been waiting by the elevator, looks upon you with reverence.
Look, everyone is waiting for you. The microphone is on. Just step up to the podium and say whatever you wish to tell them.
Ishmael accompanies you as you take a few steps forward, coming to a stop before the microphone. Piercing screech erupts from the row of speakers. You stare at the sea of dark heads below, take a deep breath, yet cannot bring yourself to utter the rousing words they expect. In truth, you do speak, but I want to ask a distinctively personal question. What does this mean, Ishmael? What the hell? Point to the countless crimson threads extending from the crowd, weaving a terrifying dense web, all converging at Ishmael's chest. Wait, what? And from Ishmael's ordinarily pristine fingertips extends a single crimson thread. So fine it would be invisible without careful scrutiny, and its other end connected to you? Ishmael lowered her gaze, her demeanor obedient.
It means exactly what you see. My tendrils are connected to you.
She tilts her body slightly, and the dense mass of people pulled by her tendrils bows toward you in unison. Black crimson sea rising into a single silent wave. A single tendril extending from her fingertip quivers slightly, trembling under your scrutiny. I'm guiding you. Now am I controlling you? break into a violent coughing. When did I ever...
Thebsia has become a nation under the absolute rule of its pontiff. But in truth, all authority flows to you. You set the direction, and I follow. I become a conduit, channeling power for your use. Through this, you guide the masses. Even the world itself looks upon you with immense satisfaction.
The dormant sickness in your heart erupts without warning. Between ragged coughs, your gaze sweeps over the city, over the whole nation. Nearby, the statue of the previous president stands mutilated, its head and arms shattered. All that remains is a headless, limbless torso, a grotesque mockery put on display by the new regime. So this is the ugly truth. The fall of a regime is never dignified. Even Thebsia, the great capital, has its streets running with blood. Cough. Metallic warmth rises in your throat. It spills from the corner of your mouth, staining your palm. It's your palm. It's blood.
Don't look so surprised.
Dragon blood.
Evolution and the ascent to power have always been baptized in things that burn a bright, bright red.
Crowd listens in silence, numb, as their leader coughs. They treat every drop of blood that falls from your fingertips as a sacred blessing. No, this is never what I wanted. What have I become? What have you become? This is never what I wanted.
We have both changed. You are guiding me, controlling me, yet we can never be truly close. We can never become one.
No, Ishmael, I want you to be free.
Free?
Free? How many smells
With
again?
you here, what freedom do I even have?
Tendril at her fingertips begins to move, even though you never commanded to do so. It spirals upward, coiling around her neck. And it tightens relentlessly. No. The pretender has made a decision. It would use the guidance to strangle her, and it succeeds. Pontiff Ishmael has become just like the headless statue in the city center. Standing frozen in place, another monument to the pursuit of freedom. She is disappointed by your choice. Even the sun lowers its gaze. Gears begin to spin once more. No, Ishmael! The sea of worshipping citizens vanishes in an instant. The scene before you warps and distorts, suddenly replaced by the stench of a battlefield trench.
What are you yelling for? Do you have a death wish?
Dusty's comical olive green helmet tumbles from her head. As she vaults from the trench, her hand clamps over your mouth, silencing you.
Get down! Stay quiet, not a sound!
Pinning you down firmly, she forces a smile more painful than any tears. A finger pressed to her lips.
I can't blow her cover now. Not after lying here for 34 hours. If they spot us, all our efforts are in vain. The main force is counting on us to create an opening.
She speaks, her head sinks lower and lower.
Corentos is gone. The survivors formed a united resistance. But all the other cities have fallen. This is our last chance. A desperate one. Your 3 kids are in the rear. We can't fail them too. Shh.
No, get down. When you see it, or rather you feel it, a primal instinct carved into your very being, overrides all thought. You shove Lesty's arm away, your voice raw as you roar a warning. The world dissolves into a hail of fire. The air itself seems to shred as a barrage rains down. Buzz of bullets so near you, you can feel their wind.
Oh! Up north! No! We're made!
Where's Ishmael? Hunched low, clutching your last remaining rifle, you shout after Lesty as you follow her.
What?
I said, where's Ishmael? Lesty comes to a halt, and the entire surviving squad stops with her.
Aziz! Are you blind? Or did the blast rattle your brains out?
Lesty turns to face you, her expression completely hollow.
Did you see it? Right above us.
Look up. Ever so slowly, you raise your head, tracing Lesty's gaze upward. There, at the foot of the capital's immense walls in Thebsia, a rope hangs like a taunt. It's tied taut around the neck of a corpse, suspended from a pole jutting out from the battlements. A distant explosion, the body sways in a macabre dance. The shadow passes coldly over your face. The bomb screams toward the earth. This time it is Lesty who cries the warning. She shoves you to the ground and the dam finally breaks. The sob she had locked away for so long wrenched free. A torrent of grief unleashed at last.
See? They're all dead. Dead. Nothing can stop Sepsia's madness. Garantos was just the first one on the chopping block. They waged war on a whim, shut down schools, banned gatherings, the whole city reduced to ration posts. They sent men to the front and women to the factories to make bullets and explosives. After they got a taste for victory in Carantos, the hunger just grew. Now they plunder overseas. And if anyone fights back, they just invent deadlier weapons. Rahili. You should know that name. You were close to the former pontiff. You must know Rahili. Her mechas. Her inventions. Sepsia twisted them into killing machines. Do you think she ever wanted this? She's dead. She took her own life. And the pontiff? Executed. They took her staff, her crown, her home, and hung her body here like a trophy. Wonderful. Now nothing holds Sepsia back. Say something! You've killed your share these past months. Don't you dare shut down on me now!
Yeah. As she shakes your shoulders, her desperation met only by the indifferent stares of dirt-streaked soldiers behind her. To them, it's just another breakdown, the kind that happens all the time now. Your gaze is locked past her on Ishmael's body swaying in the air. Grey Raven lands on the corpse. It cocks its head, then pecks viciously, tearing away a strip of flesh and swallowing it. Smack lips. As you watch the raven, your mouth suddenly begins to water. A primal, inexplicable hunger uncoils from the pit of your stomach, so sudden and sharp it steals your breath.
Hey! Don't tell me you finally cracked.
How long has it been since we've eaten?
Have you lost your mind? We can't afford to... No. Merciful. Can you still watch over us now?
Dusty's panic suddenly crystallizes into a cold, resigned calm. She has no other choice. The raven, too, has sensed the approaching danger. It calls frantically toward the horizon, beating its wings against an air thick with madness, desperate to escape a land now ruled by lunatics. Reflected in the bird's black eyes is a shooting star with a pinkish white tail. Streaking across the sky above the desolate ruins, it descends a fall. It descends, a fall from heaven to earth.
It's over.
Boo. The sound of the fallen shell is deceptively gentle, soft thud like a die hitting a felt table. Never ends. But the end ammunition brings is never a gamble. They're always empty, always fleeting. In that emptiness, your consciousness is pulled into a black hole of grinding gears, tumble through a kaleidoscope of possible futures. The pontiff seizes absolute power. Ishmael commits suicide. The new regime is established. Ishmael is imprisoned. Sepsia expands its borders. Ishmael is executed. After an attempt to elope with you, Ishmael is captured. Ishmael commits suicide. Okay, well. Ishmael. Before your eyes, the red tendrils on people's fingers sway and flicker, casting hypnotic patterns. A perverse alchemy takes hold. The more fanatical they become, the deeper your own hunger grows. You're wandering through the clockwork of fate for what it feels like an eternity. You, starving, lost. Finally hear a voice, a familiar one.
Hey, wake up! You've been out for almost a full day. This is a dinner table, not a bed.
No, Etha, don't fuss over our sleepyhead too much. The most important thing is that we each complete our own evolution.
Candlelight and lamplight swim before your eyes, blurred into a painful, doable vision. The room is a symphony of clanking glasses and laughter, but it feels distant, muffled. That are the sounds that come from inside of your own head. The relentless grinding of gears and the cold rattle of dice descending from some impossible height. Over your head. Gaze fixes on the plate before you. A tender, juicy steak, dripping with rich sauce, sits upon the white porcelain. Finally, some meat.
You wouldn't stop begging to be fed on the way here. Now there's a feast right in front of you, and you haven't touched a thing.
In your vision, you watch your own hands grip the knife and fork firmly. They begin to cut. Cut up a piece. Fresh wave of pain. Phantom agony of the bombing still screams from your nerves. The pressure of the knife against the meat feels like cutting into your own severed limb.
There it is! The sacred relic of the holy!
The restaurant doors swing open to admit the cardinals, processing slowly as they bear a red coffin. Etha, Rayleigh, and all the other guests clasp their hands in unison, their faces turning with reverent awe toward the sacred burden. The coffin is brought to the center of the long dining table, and its lid is lifted. Inside the imperishable corpse lies a peaceful slumber, listening to the prayers of the diners, the faithful.
All look to you in hope, and you provide their food at the proper time. You open your hand in generosity, satisfying the hunger of every living thing.
With each verse, the new pontiff, standing vigil before the coffin, frees a relic of his predecessor from within.
This is the pontiff's brooch. This is the pontiff's personal die. Such powerful relics can cure any affliction.
Small Polonia wood die is lifted out. It is placed first in the hands of the guests at the head of the table, and a silent ritual of transmission begins. From one pair of the hands to the next, passes swiftly down the table, making its way toward you.
Take it. This is the sacred relic reserved for you.
What are you waiting for? Just take it. It'll fix you right up, I swear. This one's different. It's so
swear.
Fresh, still carrying the coolness of her body. It has to work.
You, with your diseased heart, take the blood-stained die. A gentle power flows instantly from your palm to your chest. Like a tender woman with needle and thread, meticulously mending that scarred and hollow organ. Thank you. The new pontiff retrieves the staff from inside the coffin.
And this is the pontiff's staff. With this in our possession, our path will be clear, and our force is undefeatable.
Staff 2 is passed reverently from hand to hand, traveling the length of the table until it is placed in the grasp of a soldier seated at the far end.
This is the pontiff's crown. With it, from this day forward.
Finally, the pontiff lifts the metal crown. His voice trembles, thick with a mixture of trepidation and excitement. The gaze of the entire crowd locks on the crown, and faces flushed with fervent anticipation. They share their sacred relics before the coffin. They consume wine and bread beneath the cross. The ritual encompasses everyone, and all except one. Grip the knife and fork tightly. Grip the die. Trembling, you grip your knife and fork. A desperate energy born... I didn't say that. Desperate energy born from your newly healed heart propels you to your feet. You stagger frantically toward the coffin displayed at the center of the table. A collective cry of shock rips through the guests. They watch as a lamb absurdly crawls onto the dinner table, lunging toward its kin, who has been prepared as the main course. And the scapegoat keeps her eyes closed, waiting for her kin to contemplate. Waiting for her kin to make a choice. You smile?
So many have tried to take this power from me. They treat objects I've touched like holy relics, coveting what they can't possess. Even after my death, they'd fight over my crown, my staff. Or perhaps you would find a way to master it completely?
On the table, the scapegoat seems to open her eyes, encouraging her kin with a gentle smile that says, "I will forgive all your sins." So all this time I've been the one with eyes closed. Raise the knife and fork. Cries of the banquet guests swirl around you like a palpable mist, thickening rapidly to envelop you.
You truly understand now? Wonderful.
I don't. It is the unanswered telephone at the inspectorate. It is short halts a race towards spiritual freedom. It is the unknowable source of Ishmael's divine power. It is the explanation for all that is hollow. The origin of every unknown genesis. The only answer to the relentless question, do I truly exist?
What is the final answer?
It is to... eat? Such a simple answer. Everything in this world is just as straightforward. You, me, I become you, then get again.
You were born with 5 senses to experience the world, yet you abandoned your eyes, ears, nose, and tongue so long ago. You can no longer sense the bonds between things, nor smell the essence of pheromone and truth. But even as the senses of your face have faded, one remains within your power to awaken. So tell me, what is left for you to do?
Open mouth.
That's right. Open your mouth. Go on.
Shock petrified as a guest. Not a single one dares to intervene. Abandon the utensils of civilization and surrender to your most primal desire, preparing to taste the truth, taste truth in the most savage way. And she, in turn, opens her mouth. She smiles. She has accepted you completely. What is happening? I'm like lost. At last you become one. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like, he was gonna eat her, or whatnot, but at last you become one. In the wake of that unity, your consciousness expands into a boundless perceptive. Fleeting moments you glimpse on another world. It is hard to say which of the two is more chaotic. In both, a crimson light flickers ceaselessly, and each is filled with the wails erupting from calamity, and people desperately trying to stop it. Gonna head to bed, dude. Already did. Laters, man. Thanks for chilling. In the end, they're the same. Chaos and order inextricably intertwined. Finally, you seem to open weary eyelids. The white ceiling and the ivy drip plainly explain your situation. Beside the white bedding, the 3 figures are neatly arranged, 3 differently colored. Children? Lee, it must be Lee. He never did relinquish the stern expression he's worn since childhood. Yeah, it is, man. Have a good one. He looks even more serious now. He is slumped at your bedside, brows furrowed, as if tormented by a dream he cannot escape. You see and live. They once cut their hair short themselves because you had time to help them. Now their hair is long, but neatly tied back. Are the 3 of them happy now? Try to reach out and touch the faces of these children, now grown only to find your body completely immobile. So this is the paradox. When the mind becomes boundless, the body is no longer... body is no longer a vessel, it becomes a prison. Hold on. My eye. Becomes a prison. I wonder how this is gonna end, actually. The hospital room doors open. A woman with pink hair steps inside.
Thank goodness. Everyone is here.
I seen into the actual real life, the actual main timeline. Right. She gazes at your closed eyes, and after 3 seconds of perfect stillness, delivers her conclusion with absolute certainty.
It seems you're the only one who's awake right now. I had to keep my power concealed, so I dispersed a part of my guidance. But I never expected it to go out of control. It nearly tore that sandbox world apart. I had to go in and see the damage for myself. I took on the role of Pontiff. It was the easiest way to converge the strands of guidance I'd left with every resident. But I never anticipated how stubborn that power would be, pulling all of Grey Raven into the chaos. I knew you would find your way in, but the other 3, that was an unforeseen consequence. I'm sorry. truly am.
Ishmael read my
Our
mind.
minds are already connected. You know that.
With that said, Ishmael still gently places her hand over your closed eyes with forgiving tenderness. I understand everything now. Tell me your plan. Are you going to contain the power of guidance?
Once I draw all the threads of guidance back into myself,
Wait. Let me
I
sit
will
down.
become the entity of guidance entirely. So, when that moment comes, the cleanest solution would be to end me. Though I know you'll reject that path.
So you put the choice in my hands?
Yes, because I saw your discontent, your curiosity. I let you control the gears to see if you could find another way. But my solution remains the most efficient. If you hadn't chosen to merge with me in that final simulation, you would be trapped there forever. There was no other exit.
A wave of belated fear makes Ishmael's brow twitch, her expression tightening into a near frown. Only now does the sheer audacity of her earlier decisions to so completely let go of control hit her. 30 minutes ago, someone informed her that all Grey Raven members had fallen unconscious. She immediately tracked their location and rushed over. Fortunately, she sensed the alert gaze hidden behind your feigned unconsciousness. Your feigned unconsciousness, the instant she arrived, it was the only thing that stopped her from resorting to forced extraction. But even so, she can no longer allow you to remain trapped inside that
It's
world.
time to leave. I'll help you. You go first. Once you're out, I'll seize full control of that world and bring the other Grey Raven members back safely.
She reaches her hand toward the head of the bed.
Now, focus your gaze on my palm.
No, I'm going back with you.
I'm restraining myself from reading your thoughts, but I can almost feel the bite of your inner turmoil.
Because I'm reading yours too. I know you want me to go back. You want me to go with you. You're not being honest with yourself? Bad Wishmael.
Perhaps no one has ever been truly sincere when talking about sincerity. Even if I wanted to hide it from you, you've seen too much already. Now that we are one, my desires are an open book to you. You know this. Your safety matters deeply to me.
She releases a sigh that's almost a lament.
This connection between us might be less beneficial than I thought.
Ishmael sighs with a smile, yet her heart feels unusually light and joyful. At last, someone can catch her gaze, stand at her level, and share her perspective. Unable to resist, she sweeps her hair aside and leans down, leaving a gesture of gratitude at your bedside.
My dear kindred soul, my dear Grey Raven, I don't wish to dismiss your concern, but in this, I must insist.
Suddenly, a hand reaches up to gently brush her cascading hair, and eyes that were tightly shut have opened without her noticing. Your safety matters just as much to me.
When did you?
You walked in. You open your palm on the hospital bed, revealing the die that should have been with Ishmael the Pontiff, now resisting quietly in your hand. Don't let your faces alone. Ishmael? Fleeting smile of ghosts across your face, too swift for even Ishmael to truly see. But she feels the echo of your relief, or lightness that mirrors her own. Then the disorienting sensation of grinding gears returns, suddenly with such force that even throws her backward. Whatever judgment comes in 7 days, don't you dare think of facing it by yourself. Nice, we're almost done. 2 more. The guilty. I declare you innocent. It's actually a battle one. There is a playable one. One of the most painful examples of the martyrdom of knowledge about love. Martyrdom of knowledge about love. Martyrdom of the most innocent and most desiring heart, which was never satisfied with any human love, which demanded love to be loved and nothing else. With hardness, with madness, with fear outbreaks against those who denied him love. The history of a poor man unsatisfied and insatiable with love, who had to invent hell in order to send there those who did not wish to love him, and who finally, having grown to understand human love, had to invent a God who is entirely love, who is capable of total love, who takes pity on human love because it is so pathetic, so unknowing. Anyone who feels this way, who knows about love in this way, seeks death. But why dwell on such painful things, assuming we don't have to? Dawn breaks, gears turn. In this reality shaped by Ishmael's guidance, a precious second day begins. You wake as sunlight pierces the curtain gaps, setting the dust motes adrift in the air ablaze. The bed is still soft. The books on the bedside nightstand in their same precise order, but one thing is different. Your hands slides across the sheets to the pillow beside you. It's cool to the touch. You press your palm down. The space is utterly empty. Ishmael is gone.
Have you seen Ishmael in the basement?
Panic shout echoes from below. The voice is at Etha's. Soon the frantic drumbeat of footsteps pounds up the stairs, and she bursts onto the attic landing. Her voice now a desperate clamor.
She's not upstairs either. Oh no, Ishmael is really gone. Oh, the luggage is packed. Where could she have gone at a time like this?
Suddenly, you get to your feet and start to pack. While turning up your collar, a cold object slides across your collarbone, tumbles down into your clothes, and lands on the bed. You retrieve it a die, the number 1 stained with blood. Holding it, you finally still your movements. She turned herself over to the forces hunting down the pontiff.
What did you say?
Etha, I need to gather supplies, knives, guns, shovels, anything that can be used as a weapon.
Whoa! First Ishmael disappeared, and now you've completely lost it? What is going on with everyone today?
Don't worry, trust me. Rayleigh approaches from the attic stairs, her eyes searching yours in confusion. Miss Rayleigh, perfect timing. I need to ask you a favor as well.
You're the one Ishmael brought here. Go ahead. What is it you plan to do?
Start a rebellion right under the nose of the world. I'm gonna find Ishmael. Clutching the die Ishmael left behind, you see no need to reiterate the facts Etha and Rayleigh are already possessed. Instead, you walk to the window and pull back the curtains in one decisive gesture. Perhaps from watching for too long, or simply out of impatience, the sun and the moon are shifting back to their natural states. Today, the sun is a stark, blinding white. You stare directly at the pale, dim sun. Ishmael was right. I'm the only outsider naturally immune to the guidance. Plus the protection Ishmael left for me. Pick up the die, letting it spin between your fingers just like Ishmael always does. You have no idea what I'm going to do next, do you? The sun doesn't move, but everyone can feel its piercing gaze fixed intently on the die in your hand. A fleeting, unsettling laugh escapes you as you toss the die. Your hand darts out, covering the result before it can settle. Roughly, the sun stutters. Just as I figured. Leave the verdict covered. But a single glance at the hidden fate, you pocket the die. Then you offer a wink to the sun, just like Ishmael always does. Don't worry, I'm not telling you. Flow of 7 days accelerates, and in the blink of the sun of the moon, the day of the new pontiff's inauguration arrives. Countless dark specks swarm the square beneath the glass tower, coalescing into a dense, suffocating mass. The crowd presses together, forced to share the same stifling air. Despite this, more pour in from every direction by carriage, automobile, train, and ship, layering the square in a seething black cloud. In their hands, crimson tendrils flutter and intertwine, creating the ceremony's most magnificent spectacle. At 10 o'clock sharp, under the gaze of the pale sun, the ceremony begins.
Brothers and sisters, we are all children of the Holy. gathered here today by the divine will.
Amid the loudspeakers howl, the new pontiff raises his arms skyward, intricate rope-like tendrils spinning wildly at his fingertips. A sea of people praise as one. There are summoned tendrils dancing in a frenzied concert. Yet the appointment itself is not the true focus. Everyone here knows the real purpose is to pass judgment upon the former pontiff Ishmael. As if reading their minds, the new pontiff rushes toward the main event with jubilant impatience.
We stand united to address the grave charges brought against the former pontiff Ishmael.
That single "we" from the new pontiff's lips heralds the merger of ecclesiastical authority and judicial power.
Today, we shall render judgment upon Ishmael. Ishmael, you falsely claim to speak for the holy, to seize the office of pontiff. How do you plead?
His gaze falls to the base of the steps, where the crowd is thickest. There stands a new, narrow prison cart, and within it, the accused. Though bound hand and foot, she stands tall. Her attire remains immaculate, still radiant with light and glory. None can strip away, and none dare touch.
Be careful. Don't push forward. Conformity is a dangerous dance. You're forced to match the steps of those ahead, lest you stumble and be trampled.
Ishmael ignores the new pontiff's proclamation. She offers no plea, shows no regard for the charges, and instead fixes a sorrowful gaze upon the flock surrounding her.
Ishmael, you conspired with foreign powers, maintaining ties with Corentus, even staging your own assassination to incite unrest and cover your escape. How do you plead?
Traitor! Enemy of Thepsia! Confess your sins now!
An angry young man hurls a stone, but as his arm extends, the crimson tendril at his fingertips is pulled by an invisible force, drawn straight into Ishmael's chest.
Come. Surrender those threads controlling your mind to me.
High above the pontiff continues listing the charges.
Ishmael, during your tenure, you illicitly controlled multiple bishoprics.
Child, come closer. Give me your hand. I won't harm you.
You abused your authority for personal gain.
Come, all of you. Gather outside my cage. Raise your furious hands to me, if you must.
Crimson tendrils are rapidly being absorbed.
Ishmael, you have the right to present a defense.
The laughable charade of a trial. Now mere background noise concludes swiftly. As expected, every charge against former pontiff Ishmael is upheld. Only then does Ishmael reluctantly cease converging the tendrils, her strength finally waning.
I have no defense to offer. Or rather, any defense would be meaningless. A cage seeks a bird. An altar seeks a scapegoat. The judged and the worshipped are of the least concern. How Ishmael is judged has little to do with what Ishmael is. To think that guidance and conformity have been turned into a universal principle. How tragic.
Ishmael offers no defense.
New pontiff dismisses her words, descending from the platform as if the cage and altar have been prepared for this day since the beginning.
By the will of the church, by the will of its people, and by the admission of the sinner Ishmael, I sentence you to death, and by the will of the holy, with immediate execution.
And does the Holy Will have no objection?
Brothers and sisters, let us recite the hymn of divine mercy.
He offers no answer to her question. Instead, he calls upon the crowd to join him in a hymn.
O divine one, bestow your mercy. Touch me with your grace.
As the final note fades, they raise their hands and eyes to the heavens. The sky is silent, offering not even a passing bird. Pontiff lowers his hands and solemnly proclaims the divine will one last time.
The Holy has no objections.
Whoosh. Under the silent approval of the divine, the pyre, long prepared for its scapegoat, finally burst into flame.
It's done. The guidance that clouded you has been removed. When this ritual ends, you will finally see clearly.
Oh gosh, I'm getting tired.
Humanity is always the same. In any world, any civilization, you so readily embrace ideas you don't understand, handing over your own judgment without a second thought. But still, my time here was not without its joys. Genuine ones. For that, you have my gratitude.
Tendrils of flame look at the condemned's robes, and the kindling crackles hungrily below.
To hell with that! I've got objections enough for all of you!
Then from the edge of the dark cloud-like crowd, high-pitched roar of defiance erupts, drowning out the fire. A slight girl climbs onto a wooden barrel, a flash of blue hair against the dark mass. She is dressed exactly as she was on the day of the assassination, hair tied back, scholars soft, leather shoes on her feet, once against brandishing her blade for the truth she believes in.
Every single one of you, including that holy man on this high horse.
You're just as blind as I was! Ita! Now! Ramp the stupid ceremony!
To the eyes of the entire crowd, Esty stands tall on the wooden barrel, brings her fingers to her lips, and lets out a piercing whistle. Cries of alarm erupt from the fringes of the crowd, but they are instantly drowned out by the thunderous approach of a horse. The carriage bursts violently through the mass of onlookers, charging into the execution grounds and scattering people like ink in water.
Well, guess I'm a real carriage driver now! Juice! Ram everything in sight! Don't hold back!
The horse. Juice charges... Dang, a horse named Juice? I think that's a good name. Charges wildly through the chaos. On the carriage, the driver plants her feet firmly and, with impossible balance, rises to stand upright on the animal's back. From the precarious perch, she raises a rifle and takes aim at the large lock on the prison carriage. At this moment, she is every inch the seasoned hunter. In fact, she fires the very first shot.
Ishmael, you deserve to be free. And that is my will.
Cage door bursts open, freeing his prisoner from the encroaching flames. The response of the world itself seems to convulse. The sun trembles in the sky, and the crowd begins a grotesque transformation. Oh. Fingers twitch into tentacles, cellular division, redirecting as limbs splinter into arthropod segments. The primitive, monstrous mutation strips them of all will. Without the threads of guidance, the world can only resort to this primitive method, forcing them to howl and lunge at Ishmael and her rescuers.
Just like that person said. It's panicking now.
Second shot, either raises her hunting rifle again, this time aiming at the puppet pontiff on the high platform. For their operation, the lunatic in the attic had told her that she could open fire. All this time she has been Ishmael's shadow, a silent witness for encounter with that person. She understands Ishmael, and that's precisely why she places such faith in that other person. And beyond that understanding, her recurring dreams have lately granted her knowledge that surpasses even the space-time theories of her original self. But it's simply, she, Rayleigh, and Etha, and all the rest, they all exist because Ishmael exists. Therefore she trusts whom Ishmael trusts.
May the four-winged white raven protect us.
Etha fires her second shot. Strikes the new pontiff dead center. Creature falls, its pious disguise slowing away to reveal the horror beneath. Etha exhales, a wave of relief washing over her.
It's your turn now, Grey Raven. We can't defeat these monsters on our own. That was the last shot I could offer you.
Looks up and shouts toward the glass tower find the monsters. Her voice carrying the same tone as when she'd posed as a carriage driver, waking that drowsy visitor at the suburban cemetery gates.
Hey! You! Grey Raven! You haven't forgotten, have you?
The next instant, the tower explodes from its center. Whether bulletproof or not, but glass is obliterated. A glittering downpour of shards, each mirroring a single colossal shape, protected by the holy or not. In the heart of the explosion, a gray mecha descends, landing with a force that gouges a crater in the plaza.
Hurry! Get Ishmael out of there! Whatever freedom means to her, let her choose it for herself!
Charge. You know this machine so intimately not as a tool, but as an extension of your own body. Bringing its systems online is as natural as your own heartbeat. Going down the path that Rusty and Ethan bought with their efforts. The relentless force heading straight for the prison cart, burning under the harsh sun. Any creature foolish enough to block your path is simply erased. Oof, I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. I might sneeze again. Oof. Okay. Finally, you are there. The mecha stills its roaring engines and with impossible delicacy gathers the shackled Ishmael to its embrace. Click, clack. The armor of the faceplate unfolds, revealing you within. You emerge from the shell of steel, leaning close through the dissipating steam. And plant a merciful kiss on Ishmael's forehead? Not on the lips? The holy cannot forgive you, but I declare you innocent. Okay.
I knew you would find your way here. Falling from the heavens. It is a fitting entrance for you.
You deserve to be free, Ishmael.
One person alone can't handle this. Let's split up and regroup further ahead. Alright?
Alright, I'll handle the monsters behind. Keep moving forward, there's an opening ahead. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you. Oh.
The convergence is slowing down.
Oh.
Not this thing. Don't blink. The story. Would you like to see something beyond your scope of knowledge? I embrace it. This is the miracle you have been waiting for. It's just a small gift. Grey Raven is still over there. I must move faster.
Okay.
We gave it another try, and it seems like nothing has changed.
Oh, I like how it's dark on the sides.
Not bad. Your destiny is sealed.
Damn, I am just getting eaten, huh?
Story, don't blink. Would you like to see something beyond your scope of knowledge? It's just a small gift. Embrace it. This is the miracle you have been waiting for. We gave it another try, and it seems... Is it done? At last, it's over. I've always known you were there, just behind me.
Nice. One more. Reconciliation Day. I wanted to be objective, neutral, to observe every story from a distance.
Hurry! Follow me! Now! This world's falling apart! It's just the destruction of a world. Again. I'm Ishmael. I travel through time and space.
Ishmael? You still with me?
It's you again. Of course it's you.
Of course. With Ishmael in your arms, you hack desperately through the herd, not stopping until the monster's howls fade behind you. Finally, you find a sheltered spot to catch your breath. Your wrists? The hemp ropes have chafed Ishmael's wrists and ankles raw. And the sight is so painful that you don't dare set her down.
My wrists. It's of little consequence. This physical form. Its condition is not something I dwell on.
What I meant is they must hurt. Ishmael studies your expression, a silent war between explanation and uncertainty. After a waited pause, her gaze drops to the scabs forming on her ankles.
I see. You're worried about me.
She blinks slowly, a small habit you've come to recognize. But the pace of her blinking matches the speed of her thoughts. And reaching her conclusion, she gives a soft nod and rests her forehead against your shoulder.
Yes, it does hurt.
She closes her eyes. Pain never slows her thoughts, but exhaustion does. Exhaustion from converging the threads of guidance from too many people. The effort has deepened the biomimetic shell on her chest to crimson so intense it looks ready to bleed. You manage to recover most of your guidance. Ishmael nods slightly. Her head is still resting against your shoulder. Let's head to the port.
The port? What for?
Ishmael pauses for a moment, recalling those desperate, unanswered phone calls you made that
The
night.
ship tickets to Corinthos that Shorthalt bought for us. You actually took it to heart.
I did. I meant what I said.
We've provoked the world, and now it spirals toward collapse. Thepsia is not the only place transforming into a chaotic grimoire. Corinthos will be no different. Every person, every blade of grass, every fragment of existence will gradually crumble away. There is no sanctuary left for us to escape to, and no path left to save it. You returned here, against my warning. But have you truly considered the cost of failure?
Gently rock the arm cradling her. You're right here in my arms, don't I? Ishmael wants to say more, but her words dissolve into a weary sigh.
Thank you.
She raises her head, pointing one last time at the magnificent glass tower overhead. The gaping hole torn through the tower center by you remains starkly visible.
Let's go to the top of the tower. The place where we truly met for the first time.
Why go there now?
I've converged most of the guidance, but the gears were thrown into disarray. The tower is where I can complete the calibration. This world was born from me. It's only right that I be the one to set its course again. At the very least, I want Lesty to see her homeland again. For Etha's articles to finally make the headlines. For Raheli's inventions to change people's lives the way she always dreamed. Ideals of war and love, they're too fast. Even in this world of my own making, they feel boundless, beyond my grasp. All I can truly care for is this small corner of existence and the few souls within it. More importantly,
you're with me.
You're with me. Come with me. There is so much worth adjusting the gears for. The tower is tall, and the monsters cannot reach us.
Pushing open the door to the tower's summit once more, you find its order utterly undone. The symphony of gears has dissolved into a screeching dissonance. Mechanisms fraying and fracturing at their core, just as expected. The very law holding this world together is about to collapse.
You can put me down now.
Ishmael slips from your embrace and drifts into the heart of the mechanical forest. Gently, she reaches out to guide a misaligned gear back into its place.
These are the paths of those 3 children. Now they're set right.
I know the truth now. The 3 Grey Raven members are actually aren't actually my children.
But in this world, you are their guardian. That is the proper path I designed for them. Lucia, Lee, Liv. They will never know a life of hardship and displacement. Under your care, they will have a childhood, an education, a chance to grow up normally, far from the grasp of the military or any other armed faction. They will become ordinary people.
Aww.
Happy people.
She turns and floats toward another gear, guiding it back to its proper
And
alignment.
these are the paths of Shortalt and Valeria. They will never be forced to abandon the ones they love. They won't be bound by duty as officers or soldiers. They will be free to enjoy the literature and art that can only bloom in peace and live long, full lives. These are the paths of Rahili and Etha, my professor and my friend. I don't know if they would have approved of this world I made for them, but for now, they seem happy. And that is enough.
Path of Ta 3T class, Path of Lesti, the Path of Sai. Ishmael sees each one as a gear. With careful hands, she coaxes them back toward their true axis until they click in its place. Your teeth meshing to form a new order and structure.
And this is yours.
Out of the space, the final gear turns in solitude, a colossal wheel whose circumference barely grazes the others.
Have you ever wondered what your life would have been like? Without the punishing virus, without the war, without the weight of being the Grey Raven Commandant? I had a path designed for you too. I thought you might have made a wonderful scholar. A quiet, leisurely life. I could picture you walking to a lecture with books under your arm, challenging your professors, making friends on campus and in the town. I imagined you exploring the world, reading, enjoying clever games, writing articles that made people think, building complex arguments and debating them with passion. My plan was to gently draw you closer to me, to my role as the Pontiff. I was going to make a slight adjustment to your gear, just like all the others. But I then discovered something. Even as a mere gear, yours was different from everyone else's. I could barely turn it. Your freedom was too vast. You are the only one who ever existed outside my guidance. I didn't understand why. But before I could find an answer, everything began to fall apart. You saw what happened. The guidance went out of control, triggering wars, assassinations. It seems even a simulated civilization is doomed to follow this inevitable curve. So, I intervened to retrieve the guidance. I never expected the sandbox itself to resist me. It wasn't until the day of the Pontiff's burial, when you told Shortalt that all your efforts felt futile, as if your path was being guided, that I finally understood. The guidance power I had scattered, it had somehow pulled your true self inside this world. No wonder I could never control your path.
To your surprise, Ishmael's face softens into a smile of relief.
You are always that special variable, aren't you?
Yep. Ishmael gently pats your gear, concluding her calibration before floating back to you.
My initial plan was simple. retrieve the guidance, no matter the cost. Even if it meant having myself burned to death. I created this sandbox. It was my responsibility to correct it. But then, you arrived. And these gears, these predetermined paths, began to turn freely around you. They created new stories I never could have written. Thanks to you, this world's ending is filled with moments I will carry with me forever.
Mouse finds a comfortable spot in your arms, floating closer and nestling against
The
you.
power has been retrieved now. So, shall we take one last look at this fading world, my great Raven? Just like when we watched the sunset together in Endymion.
There's no beautiful Endymion sunset here. Outside the glass tower, the sun has gone mad. Its lights tremble. A frantic beacon urging the monsters below to surge upward. The illumination it casts is unnervingly clear, bleaching the sky into an abnormal, haunting blue.
Let's sit here, at the edge.
To the strange panorama, Ishmael leads you to a vantage point with a view.
Now that you've seen the gears, you understand. I carried regrets for so many of you. That's why I created this sandbox. And it's not just here. I always find myself in these positions, these vantage points high above a world. As a high priestess of some ancient tribe, as a pontiff gazing down from a glass tower, as a control court member of Babylonia, I wanted to be objective, neutral, to observe every story from a distance.
But was it just about observation? In fact, you wanted to turn this place into a second Amber, like the four-winged white raven?
I'm sorry. It's easy to lose yourself in a beautiful dream, and I was no exception. Please, don't say I'm selfish.
Ishmael's voice floats weightlessly as if about to fade away entirely.
Human civilization had you. People who fought, who changed their fate. But the four-winged white raven, we lost so many, yet our ending never changed. I escaped the heat death. I avoided despair. I stayed objective. I even let go of all strong emotion, drifting through the long river of time. But watching your story, humanity's story, it stirred something in me I thought was gone.
Link, unsure if your vision is blurred from fighting or if Ishmael's form is genuinely flickering into transparency. But when you look closer, you see only the bowed head and hear the faint murmur of her speaking to herself.
I feel
so very lonely. I'll play it again.
I feel so very lonely.
Her eyelashes seem to be bleaching white. This pale fronds fluttering, dissolving into a stark white patch in your vision.
I've decided. This power cannot be allowed to run free again. I will contain it. Secure it. There will be no more incidents. No more chaos.
Pink white-haired white blur draws closer. You feel the gentle pressure of her hands cupping your cheeks, drawing you toward her.
Please, let me first apologize.
Before you do, I need to ask you something. Seize Ishmael's hands in return. You your gaze locking with hers, burning with determination. Do you like the story, Ishmael? Ishmael blinks and breaks into a smile, radiant and bright, just like any truly happy person.
This world is chaotic, flawed. But because you were in it, I came to love it.
Aw. She rises from your arms and walks to the very edge of the sky. Her eyes never leave yours as she leans back into the void and falls.
I am a convergence of power that should not exist. To love me is to let me go.
With her guidance fully converged, she once again becomes the world's true master. A flock of birds spirals down from the tower peak, gathering around her. They circle in a silent homage, tenderly pecking at the hem of her garment.
I will dissolve into this world. I will become the sky, replace the sun and moon, become one with it all. Goodbye. Though I know we'll meet again, and again, just as you once told me. We don't say goodbye. Just do this for me. We've watched the sunsets of Endymion together, and journeyed through the seams of time as one. Together, we've witnessed a nation's rise and fall, a planet's destruction, and the birth of a star. After all that, what couldn't we look forward to? But next time, I'll just come to you as a bird.
Aw. She waves farewell to you as her dress hem tears asunder, dissolving into feathers.
Please remember me. Please.
She never intends to finish her sentence. She plummets like a handful of cotton, dissolving into the air, only to burst apart before she can land. Fluttering of countless wings beats against your ears from Ishmael's falling path. More and more birds pour forth until they swarm the sky, obscuring everything. In an instant, they disperse, revealing the heavens once more. Take one last deep breath, your consciousness beginning its return to the true world. But you are held captive by this pink, white sky, a sky that is the very essence of Ishmael. And there, most striking of all, are the two white marks, a white sun and white moon, present together. Aw. Feels as if long ago you had seen such a pair of eyes watching from the heavens. Time and place are now lost to you, leaving only a single indelible certainty. So you've been there all along. Sun and moon twinkle like a slow, deliberate blink. Is this a response? 1 month later, at the highest vantage point in Constellia. Following directions on your terminal, you enter a newly opened cafe run by mechanoids. Pink silhouette is reflected in the window glass, almost merging with the rosy sunset outside. Seeing her invited guest has arrived. She nods in acknowledgement.
I heard you were on a mission nearby. I thought I'd take the chance to see you. How have you been resting?
Or where I'm still feeling some after effects?
I've been following your daily routine, your condition in the field. It all seems perfectly fine.
Ishmael smiles with relief, lowering her gaze as she stirs her drink with a teaspoon. What did you order?
Coffee, with just enough milk, and precisely the right amount of sugar to reach maximum solubility. That's when the flavor is at its peak.
Order another one?
There's something in your eyes. You have something for me, don't you?
I wanted to return this from before. Reach into your pocket, pull out the Polonia wood dye, and hold it before Ishmael's eyes. The dye is spotless, not a single trace of blood remains. But as your eyes meet, you both silently acknowledge everything that happened in that secret little world.
You should keep it. Consider it a little keepsake.
The teaspoon continues to stir, tracing a perfect arc across the surface of her coffee. So what brings you to this area? Does the control court have business here too?
This isn't a mission. I don't simply anchor to random coordinates on a whim. My being here is no accident. Read my thoughts, Grey Raven.
She Sets down her teaspoon and leans slightly forward, close enough for you to count her lower eyelashes.
Did you hear that? I came here for a reason. A certain gray raven has been flying so freely across the world lately. Now my steps are fixed on a course.
She extends her index finger and traces a circle in the air before
If
you.
I were a gear, I suppose you've nearly become the axis I revolve around these past few weeks. But it's good to see you're well. Your feathers are preened. Your spirit is soaring.
She settles your eyes for a moment, reading a wealth of unspoken answers there, then smiles and leans back against her chair. Circle is complete. It's finished. She pats the empty chair beside her.
We get to share the same view again, not looking down from above, but truly immersed in this world's perspective. Thank you for showing it to me. Come, sit next to me.
Wow, we finished. And that is it. Oh, that took... Okay. Few words. That was super duper long. Especially for a gacha story. Or for a gacha coding, like, right? Story. But... I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It was super... I mean, like I said, it is super duper long. It was so long that I, like... Sometimes I go into, like, a trance-like state. And I, like... Sometimes I, like, blank out. So I definitely blanked out on some of it, for sure, but I got the gist of the whole story and whatnot. I always like how they ground the stories in this game, like whether they're like character or like side little stories or event stories, even collab stories or like gacha stories like this. I like how they collab them within the universe and like make them canon somehow. So that's pretty cool to see how they did it like this time around with Ishmael's powers like kind of like going crazy and whatnot, and like the commandant got pulled in basically. But yeah, it all worked out and whatnot. Cool coding. I'm not gonna get it, but but yeah, I mean they know how to cook with the stories, man. With the stories and the effects. They just need to keep at it. But yeah, that is gonna be it. Thanks for those chilling and hanging out or getting this far in the video. Yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the story for the skin, and let me know if you picked up the skin. I read all the comments, so let me know your thoughts and opinions, and that is gonna do it. I will be back on the next one. If you guys are interested in anything in like my socials or my stream location, everything's in the description. But yeah, that is gonna do it. You guys, thank you again for getting this far, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. That is.